Like that.
We got new music every episode. I love it.
Man, I had to, man. They were trying to copyright us, man. They were trying to copyright us. YouTube, Glow Gang, MFFLs. What's good, everybody? My bad. We were talking before the show. We apologize. We should have been. We would have been ready at 10:30. We definitely apologize, but we definitely glad y'all are here rocking with us, man. On another one, on a brand spanking new episode of We Talk Mavs here on the Glow Mavs production. Listen, guys, it is your boys Rel and King here with a brand spanking new one for your head top. We got a good one for y'all tonight, man. We definitely got a good one for y'all tonight. We're gonna get into it. But before we do all that, guys, listen, if you're brand new to this show, man, go ahead and do us a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button and hit that like button, guys. That'll help us out on both counts. Subscribe, like, and if you subscribe, hit that notification bell, guys, so you guys will know when we're about to drop another banger for your head top here on the Glow Mavs production. All right, King. Let's go ahead and let these folks know we about to get into tonight, man. Look, we about to get into the Nico Harrison. Oh, yeah, the Nico Harrison interview. We're about to get into some CBA talk. And the most important part of the show is going to be, I know some of y'all heard what your boy Stephen A said tonight, man. We're going to definitely this today, I should say. We're going to get into that too, man. There's some nonsense as usual. But other than that, man, we're going to take y'all's questions and comments at the end of the show as usual. So if you guys got any questions, any comments, guys, get ready to bring them things up in here. We're finna get it going. All right, King, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's go ahead and get into this Nico interview here, man. We're gonna break this down in the parts. Let's get into part one. What we're gonna do is just kind of play a clip, and then we're gonna kind of give our opinion on it. So here we go.
Those expectations.
How do you make the necessary tweaks now to what is very clearly a very good roster that needs to be a great roster?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things is we have a great team that's connected. So we have to be very careful when you start bringing people in or shipping people out.
I mean, that's a theme. That's a theme he said when he first signed.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, he just pretty much staying par, of course. Which is why I was saying that when people talk about bringing in like a Kyrie Irving or something, I'm like, nah, that's not gonna work, man. It's all about chemistry, the way the team, and on top of that, it's the way that this team has played together for probably as long as Luka's been in the league for the last 4 years. Just trying to build that continuity and build that camaraderie and all that type of stuff, man, for this team. So that's one part. Of course, you also got to have talent with that too, but that's just one of the things I think that they look at as far as fit. Because I know we've seen a lot of time where you pick these players up from these teams, man, and they just don't quite fit. I.e. Lakers. What do you think, King?
I don't know.
Hold on. Shots. Go
ahead. I don't know. It is sounding a lot like the same regime, that the same stuff Donnie and them used to tell us back in the old regime. I know the Mavericks like keeping stuff close to heart, close to chest. I know we talked about that before the show. But I ask y'all, I'll ask the Glow Gang, and I'll ask you as well. Is this a championship? Is this a championship team, man? Do you think this core is a championship team right now? Like I don't know if you thought it was before the playoffs, and I know it's the same thing. Like I say, hindsight is wild to look back and say they had a great season. But do you think this core is a championship level team?
Because what did we think? What did we think about this team? We said we only can go as far as who?
It's Luka.
Yeah.
Like it's as simple as that. Like even JB, I told you he got 21 a game, but we're still questioning if he's a number two. Because I told you the the first two games he played, he got 31 and 41 or something like that, and he still only averaged 21 in the playoffs.
It was 24 and 41 because he had 24 in that first.
I'm sorry, 24. Then he had 41 and 31. Did he have 41? The third one must have been 31 or something, right?
Yeah, I think it was 31. Yeah.
Okay, so between those first three games, he had a 41 and a 31 point game, which means he had 72 in 2 games, where he was averaging 36 and on. I think he averaged 30 something for the first series. He still ended up averaging after 3 series 21 a game. And that's why we're questioning still now, is he the number two beside Luka? Because he had a flash of it, but it wasn't like a consistent number two thing. And a lot of folks aren't sold on him being a number two. We're still talking about should we trade him or should we not? So I guess the main question is, I mean, is do we have that team in this team right now? Are we just not seeing it? And these guys are going to develop into guys that we maybe don't think they can be. And if that's the case, then yeah, the chemistry and all work. I'm dying to hear what like Luka really thinks about this team. Like I know the political answer, politically correct answers and all, but like we know they need a big man. Like we know it would be better for them to get some more interior offense, just to be better if they got some slashing, just things like that. And guys on this team can't really do that.
Talked about that before.
Yeah, guys on this team can't really do that. So just hearing that, I'm not gonna lie, it was just kind of like the guy said, we have a good team, but you want to make it great. And it was like Nico was like, we have a bunch of great guys and all that. That whole Dwight Powell was a great guy for the community and all talk again. So I mean, I didn't like hearing that. I'm not gonna lie to you, but Nico, we trust, I guess. So
it's kind of like what I told you after the Western Conference Finals. Not saying that I'm glad we lost, but if we lost, I'm glad we lost the way that we did. Because I don't want them to go in and say like we lost it like a real close one in like 6, maybe even 7. They lose a close one and it's like, oh, we almost there. So, we don't have to really do anything. You know what I mean? And so I'm glad they lost the way they did and that they understand like, yo, man, we got to make some moves, man. It's like you can't stay, like you said, this is a good team, but it's not a great team. And it's showing in the finals how far apart we are from getting to the finals. It's like I said, it really was. Just gotta be honest. It pretty much was Luka and the others. Yeah. We talked about it before. Your second best player being a second round pick. Everybody pretty much in the rotation, the key players on this team are either second round picks or undrafted. Your 2 centers are undrafted. You know what I mean? And so you gotta upgrade in certain positions. I'm more on the line of you gotta add depth. You have to add some type of depth. Like King has mentioned before, when we showed y'all the list of the team, damn near pretty much the whole entire bottom row, half of the second row were unplayable. Yeah. And so if you can make it to where at least that whole second row is part of the contributing rotation, then y'all might have something there, man. But yeah, I agree with you. Speaking of which, man, let's go ahead and get to this next clip.
There's been a lot of conversation about him being involved in the process with you and Mark and Jason in terms of what this roster looks like in the future. What does Luka want?
Luka wants to just keep on getting better, keep on getting players that can help. The levels, expectations are going to be high, so we got to get players that can help meet those expectations.
You know what you just said?
Yeah, I tell you, man, I don't. And Nico, I trust, but I didn't really like this interview too much. Even with the whole.
Why it sound real cookie cutter?
Yeah, what does Luka want? He wants to get better. Does he want to win? I thought he wants to win. So it's not about just him getting better. It's like they're saying. It's like this team really believes that Luka can win a championship by himself. And
that's the thing, bro. Like. I really feel like because of what Dirk did, is like, well, it happened before. It can happen again. It's like
Dirk got one. I keep saying Dirk got his one. Yes. That's it.
Yes. Dirk should have had at least 3, bro. At least 3.
Yeah.
And we talked about that before.
Yeah. Probably for sure. The ones, 2006 hurt.
Should have got in 3. If he didn't get hurt.
2003, you got hurt. I'm sorry. 2006. Yep. Finals. Yep. We know about what happened there in 2011. Yep. 2007 as well. They made a different decision as far as that. So. It was a few times. I just think it's hard, man. I think that's nobody. Like, I mean, nobody has really repeated as a guy that's just by themselves. I know Hakeem got a repeat, but then he had Clyde the second round. So I don't like that way. I don't like that formula. Like I know Luka isn't James Harden. He shows up in the playoffs and all, but you can't just build your team on one guy trying to win championships with one guy. Like, and plus I heard somebody else saying Luka played so much basketball and he plays so much basketball still that he's getting so much mileage on his body, and you don't want him to be the guy that has to hold down all of that with him playing so much basketball because you're just asking for something bad to happen to him. Like, I don't know. I didn't like this.
And you remember when Luka first came into the league, he literally just got done playing in the Euro Championships.
Yeah, he couldn't play
in the summer league. Yeah, and so like you said, man, with all that, and then he's about to go overseas again this summer and play for Slovenia, man, and then you got to go right back into. Then you want him to to get in the gym, getting in shape, and all that stuff to get ready for the next season.
Yeah.
And like you said, we talked about this before. It's happened before. Of course, like you said, Elijah won back in '94. Dirk, back in 2011. Isaiah Thomas back in the late '80s. You know what I'm saying? Like,
still an all-star.
yeah, but I mean, like, did you really see him as like one of the top players in the league though? Like, he was good, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like these guys were like superstar. Like, they were known as being some of the best of the best of the best. You know what I mean? And for them to be like solo superstars to carry their teams to the finals and win it, those are the only three I can think of that actually won it. That's not including like Iris and them getting there. Yeah. That's not including. Or should I say? I mean, you want to count Kawhi?
Well, Kawhi got his because of situations. Like, I don't think anybody believes a healthy Golden State team would have lost to that Toronto team. I don't think anybody believes that.
And I really want to ask you that too. Like, what do you think about Kyle Lowry? He was a multi-time.
That's the same situation I'm kind of talking about with who did you just say a second ago? And I was like, Joe Dumars.
Dumars, yeah.
Dennis Rodman had some quality players. That's back when Rodman was a defensive player of the year. That's back when Joe Dumars was an all-star. Like, that still is Jalen Brunson that guy. It's going to really come down to it. Like, we're about to pay Jalen Brunson that other guy's type of money. And that other is JB going to be better than that other guy? That's what it comes down to. Like, that's a lot of money.
You think he was better than him this year?
So JB was better than every KP we've had so far other than the bubble, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So I feel like every other KP we've seen so far outside of the bubble, JB's been better than. But if JB's going to be making that money, he needs to be bubble KP.
What did you want? Damn, that's a high standard.
Yeah, I know.
Like what did you want from KP?
From KP, I wanted 25 and 10. 25, 10 and 2.
Okay. I mean, okay. Okay, those are the numbers. What about impact? What kind of impact did you want him to have?
Efficiency, something close to shooting 50% from the like he did in the bubble when he was shooting like 36% from the 3, 30 something, 37, and then shot almost 50%.
I think it was shot like 38 or something like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he was awesome in the bubble. He was amazing.
So do you think JB got us that this year, or do you think he can get us that?
That's the question, man. Like, so JB,
not necessarily those numbers, but like just that impact. Like you can feel him out there every game. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. The thing is that we talked about it, I think the last show. JB is already older, so JB is already like 25 right now. So it's like, do I really think how much better is JB going to get? And he's already undersized guard that has great footwork and all. Like, he shot 50% from the field and almost 40% from 3. Like, he already did that this year. So how much better is JB? Is JB gonna get his 25, 5 and 5? I don't know. Nice. Like, it would be nice, but I don't know, and that's a lot. JB basically has. If we're going to be paying JB that money, we expect the KP to be an all-star. JB has to be an all-star.
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson. Is he capable of being the number 2 on a championship team?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's capable of being a number 2 on a championship team for sure. He's shown in the playoffs at the highest level what he can do. I think it's about doing it game in and game out, and he's pretty close to doing that.
I'll start it off with this question for you, bro. Before you say it, I'm gonna start you off with this.
Go ahead. I was going. Yeah.
How many games did we?
I shouldn't show my facial expression. I think you already knew where I was going. But go ahead.
How many games against Phoenix do we win with just JB without Luka? That's how I feel too. I feel like we and after Utah, we wouldn't have won another game.
I really think, and like I've said before, I think the Utah situation was different. Like, I know a lot of people thinking like, oh, look what they did against Utah, as if like Utah was like world beaters going into the playoffs. We talked about that ad nauseum before we went into the playoffs and why they were the one team you wanted to play in the first round.
Yep.
You know, it wasn't because they was out here just beating the world down out here, man. It's because they was struggling, and it was about that time for them to go ahead and just break it up or whatever. And so, you heard me say this before. I like JB, I do, but we have to be honest with ourselves. JB is probably better fit as a number 3. As a number 3, get another guy in, slide him down. I love JB. I appreciate what he did for us in the playoffs, but like you just said, with us, the JB being the guy, you said Phoenix, prime example. How many times did we talk about that third quarter in Game 5 when he was the guy for the first half of that third quarter, and what did he do? You know what I mean? And so. And how many games did he show up in the Golden State game? You know what I mean? I think he had that 130-some point game in Golden State, and then it's like, what else did he really do after that? You know, he might have had like a 17 or whatever, 18 or whatever.
He was JB regular season in Golden State.
Yeah.
In Phoenix, he was struggling the first part of it, and then he clicked like the second half of the series. So
second half. Yeah. Remember they talked about that. It's like what happened, you know, they didn't get the Utah JB going into like them first like 3 games of that series or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, you're right.
So it's a situation of what JB can become, man. It's like it's a big gamble. Like I know people don't think this is as big of a gamble as KP was with coming off of surgeries. But JB, man, he's a second round guy. I love JB. He's a second round guy. He's played all 4 years in college, didn't he?
No, 3.
3. Okay, he played 3 years in college. He's 25 right now. This is basically a prime time right now where you see what guys are. So he's basically that level. We say he may take one step higher. I think he may be able to get to like a 18, 19, 20 or whatever like that. Maybe a game. Like this year he only did 17 a game or something like that. Like he'll take that step to like a 22 maybe, but he's not I don't think that's number 2 numbers. Like number 2 is what Zach LaVine would have been a number 2. Zach LaVine's numbers this year are number 2 worthy for what he did. Beside Luka Doncic, we'd have been like, well, he's a number 2. That's fine. We can get a guy with 25, and then every once in a while, if Luka's not available, get his 30. Get his 30, 35, even 40. Like Zach LaVine can get his that. That 41 was JB's career high in the playoffs. Like that's his career high just in general, not just playoff, not regular season, everything. That's the highest points he's ever had in that 41-point game. So that's a lot of money to like JB making 20 mil. I know we talked about that and we did the stock all year. JB, they talking about $30 million for JB now, man.
Bro, listen, it's funny you said that because let me see, I think it's I'm trying to think which one it is. So you was talking about how JB it's from what it's sounding like he might command more money than we thought.
They talking about
and of course I got all this stuff blocking me. I can't see what it is. Oh, here it go. Mavs might blink at Brunson's asking price. Open to a Knicks trade. So
you just, bro. What is look if we get rid of JB, right? Say we do get rid of JB this year over. Unless you got somebody else that's guaranteeing they're gonna come to Dallas, you throwing away the year.
Right.
I'm being dead serious.
And to be on top of what you just said, to be honest with you, JB does not owe us a sign and trade. He is a non-restricted free agent. He can just go wherever the heck he wants up and just leave or whatever. So
he needs us for New York though, because New York doesn't have enough money, so he'll need us for New York. We'll have to get
yeah.
But he doesn't have to go to New York.
And what do you want? What do you want from New York? Though? Just hypothetically, we're not saying he's going there, but what do you want from New York?
Mitchell Robinson. That's it. That's the only. It has to include Mitchell Robinson. If it doesn't, it's a failure. Or unless we get, I guess, an RJ Barrett or something like that, which I doubt they're going to give to us. But
I doubt they give him a.
Yeah,
they're gonna try to throw in Julius Randle or something. But
the Mavericks fans have wanted him forever, saying if he maybe play different while he's here. No, I don't want Julius Randle, but isn't it? How many years he has left? Because he signed an extension before last year, right? Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I think he got 2 left coming up.
Julius Randle, man. I really think I don't
know.
No,
it's either 2 or 3. It's either 2 or 3. I can't remember which one. But
people see people. People see people that can put the ball in the basket and all, and they think they just like bring him over to the Mavs.
They see people against us.
Bro. Julius Randle is inefficient. Julius Randle is a guy that takes the wrong shots all the time. Like he's taking fadeaway mid ranges for no reason. When you go like y'all talking about being annoyed by Tim Hardaway Jr. being streaky. Julius Randle's going to be a big guy that you get mad at being streaky. Like, why don't you go in there and take care of business? Why aren't you doing this?
They think you're a point guard.
Yep, they think he can dribble the ball. He's going to take the ball to Luka's hands more. You're going to be once the ball goes to his hands, he's going to get that tunnel vision when you like give the ball to somebody else. He wants to go make a play. I do not want Julius Randle at all, man. Like I don't even want that on this team where we have to play him.
Yep. We talk about locker room fit. He definitely not a locker room fit. I would not take Julius Randle. But this right here is what we're working with. So it looks like they are going to sign from according to this. Shout out to Mavs CBA. He's saying that they're going to re-sign both Brunson and then Pinson. We talked about that before with Pinson.
Make Pinson a coach. Just got rid of a coach. Make Pinson a coach.
Matter of fact, let me put that back up, bro. Yeah, I'm good on that.
You know you're not gonna play him, bro. Why not just make him a coach? You know you're not gonna play him.
Yeah,
we're gonna sign Boban. That's what I was saying earlier about the CBA. This is crazy. They're talking about the CBA and we don't have money and we only got $6 million left. Why are we signing these guys?
And the only reason why you signing them guys back because you got their bird rights and you can go over with them. But like you said, we're trying to shed contracts of people who don't contribute, and you're signing guys back. You're signing a guy back in Boban. Hey, we love Boban. It was funny as hell in Hustle. You signed Boban, a guy who literally did not play at all under Jason Kidd's system, but yet you trade a guy in Moses Brown who was playing. You trade him away to keep a guy who's not playing at all, just taking up a roster spot. I don't know,
bro.
Like I said, I've asked you before. I said, when do you get to the point where it's like, I know the first thing people are gonna say, "Oh, it's Luka's guy." So when do you get to the point of keeping Luka's guys or trying to win? When do you differentiate from that, bro? I'm confused on that because it's like, look, I want to, as a Mavs fan, I want to win.
If Boban is
winning, saying,
I'm just saying if Boban is Luka's guy, then bye Theo Pinson. You cannot keep both of them. You cannot have both of those guys on the team, man. That's wild. You cannot.
And to be fair though, out of both of them, you can play Theo Pinson before you play Boban.
Yeah,
but he's a wing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know about both of them in general still, but like out of them two, you can play Pinson. You probably can squeeze a little bit out of me on that understanding, but Boban, come on, bro. Boban actually was on the roster and did not play.
I get mad because I know everybody gets excited when Boban plays and all. He's an attraction, yo. He's a sideshow attraction right now, and I hate it because it's like, oh, we want Boban and all at the end of the game and all to come in there and do a little
kind of like Taco Fall.
Yeah, they do the same thing with those guys. Like, no, if he's not going to help me win, like a bowl or something that can move and be a guy that you want to see help you win. If they don't think these guys can work, send them away. Let them go play in the G League or something like that. Like I'm no disrespect. Go make your money and all, but why is a 7'4" guy on our team that does nothing, but is a sideshow that comes over and brings mops to knock balls off the top of the hoop and all? Like, come on, man. Come on, that's a wasted. That's too much wasted money. Tell me we $6 million in the hole. All we got is $6 million to work with. Boban is making what, $3 million?
Yeah.
That makes it $9 million or whatever, close to $10 million between the two numbers. Theo making what, like $1 million with some change?
Yeah.
That's another $10 million you got. That's another $11 million you got. You got two $11 millions right there. Come on, man.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm going to bank on the fact that, you know, you talked about we talked about the fact that Mavs have always been let me just keep my plans close to the vest. Maybe, you know, maybe they really can't know what they can do yet really until it's officially the offseason, whatever. But maybe they have something mapped out to where like, hey, you finna shed like a Bertans and a Tim and a Sterling Brown and a Trey Burke or something, and you can keep those guys. Maybe we don't know. Maybe that's the case. I don't think that's gonna happen, but hey, we don't know. Maybe that'll happen.
Bro,
but the thing is, you hear these comments from Nico, and the fact that he talks about, you hear him in multiple interviews talking about what they need, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even the fact of what he's saying that we need. We see it ourselves. I don't know how many times we say on this show, like what we see out there they need. How many times have we said they need wings? You need, slashers, ball handlers. You need all that type of stuff, man. And those two guys, do they feel that need? Are these going to be guys that are going to be part of the contributing rotation? This is what we're talking about. We're talking about a contributing rotation. Y'all see the way Golden State is moving out there? Y'all see the way Boston is moving out there? We're not there yet. They don't have, like, if you line their rosters up, they don't have a whole entire bottom row of guys that are unplayable. And for second row, unplayable. Like, they got guys in their rotation. We already seen Golden State do it. Yeah, Damian Lee not even playing in this series. He's a part of the rotation. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we're talking about trying to build this team to where it's not all on Luka's shoulders. We talk about that a million times, man. Most y'all be complaining about Luka doing too much, and this is why he's doing too much. Out here making these kind of moves. You know what I'm saying?
Next year, you're gonna have a Joker year next year. You're gonna have nobody beside. There is a chance. Now, I don't think this is going to happen. I hope that we lose JB and still get over the cap.
Why is it?
Because JB will take us way over the cap, like because of his bird rights.
Yeah.
We're already close to the cap right now because of Luka's contract and everybody else. So there's a chance JB could leave and we could basically be at the cap still. With a bunch of nobody.
I was listening. Exactly. This guy was saying the other day, so I didn't know this either. You know how next year we don't have our pick for 23rd?
Mm-hmm.
2023 because it goes to New York. Mm-hmm. So from what I'm hearing, now also you can't trade back-to-back years.
Mm-hmm.
This pick that's coming up is going to depend on where we fall, right? So New York has a chance they have an option depending on what year they want to pick at a 23, 24, 25. Did not know this either. I thought once 23 was over, we're good to go. We can trade however many picks we want. So they're saying that technically we can't really trade that pick because we don't know where they're going to want to fall at. So say we already know Dallas is not going to be a top 10. That's out the door. Once you add Luka.
They're going to take it next year, though, right? I don't think they're going to pass next year. And I don't think it makes sense. I think even if we do have a bad year, it'll be next year. I'm sorry. A bad year.
So I'll take it back. It wasn't 25. It was 23 or 24 is what I meant. So with 24, that means you can't trade to 25. And I think he was saying something about you really.
Unless you draft somebody, right? So the only way we can do it is if we draft somebody on draft night.
Well, no. I'm saying like
draft night, right? Then we can trade that pick in the future.
No. What it is like it's part of that trade we got with KP. We had to give the two picks of 21 to 23. But I think he was saying something where the 23 can either be 23 or 24, depending on what New York. Like you're like matter of fact, Houston did with the pick swaps. It's going to depend on what they want. Like, you know what? You were 25th. We think we can get a higher pick next year. Gotcha. We think you can get us 21st pick. So we'll go ahead and wait till next year. So I think it's between 23 and 24, depending on what they want to do. And then, of course, you can't do the back-to-backs. So KP. You can't do 25, can't do a 25 pick or whatever.
KP still effing us over. KP still effing us over.
And listen, and that's what I was telling you before we started, bro. Like with this guy was saying, like I don't know if you saw it on our show Twitter page. I said that I was like, "Thank you, Donnie," because they were pretty much saying that Donnie did not use every inch of what they could do at his disposal, which is why he handled a lot of this stuff kind of wrong, like the KP thing. Understanding that, man, look, if this KP thing does not work, of course, hindsight. If the KP trade does not work, you're literally because matter of fact, look how long it took for us to get over the Rondo trade.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like with this, like you said, it's still coming back to bite us in the tail. Like we're gonna probably be dealing with this KP trade for at least another 3 years. Even with him being gone, you got Spencer Dinwiddie, you got Bertans. We're gonna still be dealing with his trade for at least another 3 years, bro. Until we officially can say that pick is ours.
I think
we can do whatever we want with that pick.
I got one, bro. I know we can do it officially for that many years. I think next year everything come on the book for KP though. I think because, like I said, if we have cap space in 2023, I don't think the Knicks are going to let us play in 2023. Like that's when we can possibly get someone. So I don't think they're going to let it play and make that draft pick be, because that's the better possibility for it to be a real late draft pick. I think this upcoming year, if we don't get anybody, this is the time where it might be the time to get your benefit from that draft pick, because this might be that limbo year that we're talking about where they may want to grab. So I think they will grab this year, being that we can't get anybody. Even if we do get someone, I think they're going to grab this year because they're not going to let the team get even better before they grab it. So hopefully they take their pick this upcoming. But I heard, though, I don't know if I'm right. Let me get this out the way.
Hold on. In fact, let me put that on the screen. I know what you're about to talk about. Yeah, here it is.
That is right. What you
about to talk about?
Yep, that is exactly what I'm about to talk about. Talking about they want to trade the first round pick, but I heard because of that happening with the KP thing, they cannot trade the pick until draft night, which basically meaning they have to basically draft somebody the other team wants and then trade him. Right. But I heard if they do that, like the day of and pick the actual pick, that they could trade that then draft pick 2 years from now, because they didn't really technically trade a draft pick. They traded a player after they drafted him. Yeah. I don't know if that's true or not, but I heard that's the way.
No, it is. It's gotta be like the trades during the season where you can't do a back-to-back. Okay. Like you can like you just said, we did it in 21. This is 22, and we can't do it again technically for 23, right?
Yeah.
But we can trade the pick, but it only can, like you said, it only can be during the draft. So that means during the draft. So let's say, we still can't. So if New York decides to go ahead and take the pick for 23, that means we can't use our pick however we want to use it until 25.
25.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why they were saying, to be safe, we really can't use it probably till 26, because they decide to take 24.
Yeah, then we
can't do the back-to-backs again or whatever. Yeah, now like you said, you can trade 25 or whatever during the draft, but say you want some. It had to be during the draft. Now say you want to get a player in here, over the offseason. It's going to be a little harder because you don't have the access, to kind of make that move. Other team like Oklahoma City can swoop in. They got 155 draft picks or whatever that they can kind of give away, because they're not going to draft all of man.
The Mavs.
Don't be surprised Oklahoma City make a lot of moves, bro, because they got a lot of picks that they can't just – you can't get – what you going to do with all those players, bro?
We're going to trade – you know what's going to happen? I think what would have got to happen, and I know people are going to hate this, we're going to trade like we got to trade like Maxi Kleber and then with the draft pick and move up. We got to get rid of contracts with our draft picks to move up.
And that's one of the options I'm hearing being thrown around online, bro. But
because the thing I'm saying is this. Let me finish it first. When you picking, we got the 26th pick right now, right? You picking that low, waiting for your person, you may not get the person that another team wants.
Right.
So the only way to get the players that another team may want to trade them away is to go further up in the draft, so you have a better chance to
get. Like we did with Luka.
Yes, exactly. So you're probably going to give up a Maxi Kleber. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, people fall in love with all these guys, but we got to get out of this circle. We have to get out of this ongoing cycle that we have going over and over again. And the way to do it is you got to let people go. So a Tim Hardaway, maybe. I don't know if a Tim Hardaway and a future draft pick, a second round or something like that, for a higher, and our first round pick for a higher pick or something. Like you gotta play with this stuff, and Nico got to make some type of magic happen.
Man, and it's funny you said that, because that's why we got that capologist in here. I was thinking about that. I don't know if I tweeted that, but I think I did. The cap, yeah. I thought. Oh yeah, I did tell you. That's what it was. The capologist being in here. I think that's why Mark Cuban and them picked him up, because of the financial situation we're in. Bro, we got to find a way to maneuver through all this, man, and try to make some kind of moves, man, because like I said, Donnie really got it before he walked out that door, man. And for him to kind of hinder us, not only with that Rondo trade, but also with the KP trade, man, it's just like, man, Nico got to go out here and play God, man, to get us through this and try to get something to make this team stay afloat as being a Western Conference contender. Because we talked about it before. We went to the West Conference Finals this year, but they got teams coming back next year. Denver gonna come back healthy. Clippers come back healthy. Who else? I think there's some other teams, but yeah,
the Lakers,
Minnesota gonna get better.
The Lakers,
yeah, Lakers. You know what I'm saying?
Healthy at least.
No matter what y'all think about the Lakers, but we don't know what will happen with them.
They're gonna still be healthy.
Yeah, still be healthy. So you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard, man. It's gonna be hard. Like I said before, I want the Mavs fans to I know there's a cuss word within the Mav community is patience. I know it's a cuss word, but from what it's sounding like, we're not going to be able to get some big name guy that everybody wants probably till 2023. Which, in matter of fact, that's when the big free agency class will be popping up.
Everybody a free agent that year.
Yeah.
Everybody.
And so how do you position yourself? How do you make yourself competitive this year, also while being in position to make that move next year? That's going to be the question for Nico, man.
Would you blow it up? Would you blow this team up? Would you blow this team up for maybe another superstar right now? Like for one superstar and then maybe ride it out with a bunch of not the greatest team?
It's going to depend on it's going to depend on the superstar.
Okay. Would you do if we could get Zach LaVine right now, would you blow the team up and ride with Luka and Zach LaVine and then just try to get other pieces later? He's not enough.
I feel like Zach LaVine is. Yeah, I feel like Zach LaVine is an add-on to guy.
Okay.
Like you would add him on to this team type guy. Like if it was.
What level?
Like, I know he's not a
10?
free agent or anything. Like, I know you're gonna be like, that's way too high, but like Giannis, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would have blew the team up for Giannis.
Absolutely. No, I ain't gonna say it's way too high. Hell,
you know what I'm saying?
You can run Luka and Giannis, and I think you can put anybody else beside them. They probably have a chance to win the championship still. Well,
because y'all could be he could be a big or whatever.
Yeah,
somebody like that. Who else? Like would you blow it up for Jokic?
I don't know. I'm scared of my thing with Luka and Jokic is that they're gonna be dynamic offensively. I'm scared of having my point guard and my center both be a defensive liability though.
Okay,
that's dangerous. That's the part that scares me about the Joker. Giannis, absolutely. Giannis today or tomorrow, sign me up. Dynasty, two of the greatest players of all time by the end of their career. I think they'll be just do it. But I'm just saying, like, the way everything is sounding right now, like, how do you take that next step? Like, do you blow it up? Do you get ready for 2023? Do you, just run it back? Do you take that chance of signing JB? What if JB's value drops? The issue really is, I thought you give guys contracts based off of value. Why do we give Dwight Powell the contract we gave to him? Nobody else would have gave Dwight Powell nowhere near that contract. So why do we pay him that much?
And I think, too, there's a lot of things with that one. I think they fell in love with him. We talked about that before. Mark Cuban loved the hell out of Dwight Powell. And I think it was more for market value. Like you said, I don't think they do it for what I see you valued as. I think it's for market. Well, everybody around his type of position and his type of skill are getting this. It's like, but he's only give the other guys, like say, for example, Rashard Holmes is a better defender, a better rebounder, and a better paint presence than he is. But yeah, he got the same amount of money. I'm confused. You know what I mean? Like, but because the market value tells you that's what they make, give them that too. It's like,
well, let's see if the market gives them that value. That's what they should have did. Let's see if the market gives them that value. The market would not have gave him that value. They shouldn't have signed him that money. That's ridiculous. You don't. That makes no sense. You don't pay a guy more than his value. They didn't even pay Dorian Finney-Smith. We talk about him. Dorian Finney-Smith would have hit the free agency this year. Dorian Finney-Smith would be making over $20 million a year. You got him for less than his market value. That's how you play the game. That's how you do business.
Like 12 or 13 or whatever.
That's how you play the game. They get 15, I think, even. But that's how you play the game.
Yeah, something like that.
Dwight Powell.
And they tried to do JP like that, but they kind of pulled it off the table.
I don't think Dwight Powell would have got. Well, JB, I think he didn't accept it. I think he went against it and said no. But
that's what it was. I thought they okay.
I believe he did. I believe he ended up saying no when they gave it to him later on and said, I want to test the free agency. But they gave Dwight too much. I know Maxey now. If Maxey got signed again, I think Maxey would probably make around the same amount of money he makes right now over again, which means that you probably could have got him the last time for less than he's making right now. Like, it is what it is. It's hindsight. At that point when he got his contract, I don't think Maxey Cleveland would have needed $10 million. That's just my personal opinion. You got guys, like I said, Boban's making $3 million. Why? Why is Boban not making league minimum?
Because he played on hustle.
Oh, okay. Like, then he got money from hustle then. Why does he need more than league minimum? That's right. He getting that John Wick money and all. Like, it makes no sense the money they've given the guys on this team. Like Reggie Bullock, that's the one thing I love about Nico. Nico has given guys value contracts. Like Reggie is a value now. Reggie's making what, 11 mil or so? Yeah. That's a value. That's a value. Dodo's making 15 million. That's a value. Like that JB one.
Luka making 35. That's a value.
It is a value. Well, Lucas is a value. No matter what he's going to make, probably it's going to be a value because he's capped. But JB though, is he going to be worth $30 million? Like, and what, like you said before, what do you expect from him to be worth $30 million? He has to be an all-star, right? Like, he has to be.
Listen, he's going to have to shoot better threes, bro, or more threes. He's going to attempt more of them. Like, how many times did you say what he was doing was pump faking on the three and driving in?
Yeah.
Like, bro, once that ball, if somebody swings that out to you like in the corner or whatever, bro, you got to take the three, bro. You got to.
Remember, he couldn't shoot the three.
You got to be a.
When he came to the league, he couldn't shoot the three at all. Remember, Rick Carlisle had to get him back there. He
shot nearly
40%, but he only shot
that's what they got to do again to him, bro. Like, yeah, exactly. I think they say he only make like 1 out of 3 or something like that, or like a little over 1 or whatever. Yeah, something like that. But I'm just like, bro, like you gotta do better your threes, bro. Like you gotta be more of a threat, which is why like you kept bringing up Zach LaVine. He can't do that. Zach LaVine is a very good catch and shoot 3-point shooter. He's a very efficient player in general. So yeah,
you said before you would not take CJ McCollum, remember? You were like, no, I don't think it's worth it. It's too much and all that stuff.
Yeah, age and all that. I think he's like 31 or something.
We about to have that situation on our hand, possibly. CJ never made the All-Star game, right? It was always he just not. It's just too deep and all that stuff.
Yeah. How many? What you think? What do you think JB gonna make?
JB gonna get we gonna give him like it's gonna be over 25. How about I say? I think in between 25 and 30, man. JB's making over $25 million a year. I know we talked about it all year, talking about 17 and 16 they were talking about. He's going to make over $25 million a year. He can push. I know John Hollinger from ESPN had the article. He said his market value right now is like 29.8.
Jesus Christ.
29.8.
That's why you keep saying he got to put them KP numbers up. He got to get an All-Star game.
$29.8 million. Between our backcourt, we're going to be paying $75 million. No, man. I don't know. I love JB. I was rooting for him all year. 30, that's a lot. I don't know if I had that much faith in JB, and I love JB, man. $30 million is a lot to get. That's what you're giving to Zach LaVine and all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then you can't play him with a Zach LaVine and all, right? You can't play him with him like we said. You can't. Mm-hmm. So if you bring a Zach LaVine, another guard or a wing guy, you're probably gonna bring him to the bench. You're not moving a $30 million guy to the bench.
No.
And he's not going to want to play.
Like you said, if you're paying him that, he got to start.
Yeah, and he's not going to play off the bench. Obviously, he's going to start. So
you're paying like you said, you're paying CJ McCollum that he's not coming off the bench.
No, you're paying Tim Hardaway Jr. $18 million, and he was going to start. Remember, until he got hurt, he was basically starting. So oh my goodness, man, I can't believe this is coming down to JB now. JB played himself too well in the playoffs. Oh man.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, I'm selling $30 million a lot, man, for JB. That's what I'm asking.
I can't wrap my head around it. I was comfortable with 20, bro. I was comfortable
with 22. I was saying 20. He fine. 20. We can get maybe
20. Maybe 22. You know what I mean? Like I was comfortable with 22.
I told you as long as he makes over what Tim Hardaway Jr. made. I was like, that's right for him. Like he should be. Yeah. He's a better player than Tim Hardaway Jr. Like he should be making more than that.
Not too far though.
He's almost double Tim Hardaway Jr. Bro. He's almost going to be making double what Tim Hardaway Jr. makes. So I'm asking you, what do you expect from him if he makes $29 million a year? What does JBI give you next year,
bro? Now that you're saying 29, you gotta make an All-Star game, bro. Like you gotta give me a consistent and during the season a consistent 20. You gotta be 20.
Just that 20?
When I say consistent 20, that's your average. That's your average. That means you gotta sprinkle in some 30 games, some you might have 1 or 2 40 games throughout the season.
You know another guy did that. Another guy that we hate on the show did that same thing that we talking about right now. Got his average at 20, at just that 20, and had a couple of 30-point games and all that kind of stuff like that. Yep, so what I'm asking you again.
Hey, like I think too, like you said at the beginning of the video, I think it's got to be more of it. Like, what is his impact? Like, I gotta feel you, though. I gotta feel you, man. I gotta feel you. Like, I'm not comparing him to Luka, but I'm just giving you an example. We feel Luka.
Mm-hmm.
You feel him. You felt Dinwiddie in those closeout games. You felt JB in those first 2 games in the Utah series. Of course, other games in the playoff. But I'm just giving you examples. Like, when did you ever feel like? How many times did we come up on the show and it's like, oh, KP had 20? How did he get 20?
Yeah.
Like I didn't feel it. You know what I mean? Like we talked about DeAndre Ayton had like 20 points or whatever in that one game. I was like, I didn't even feel that 20. When did he get that 20? Like you gotta have that. Like you gotta be for money like that, bro. We talking about guys who are impactful, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta be impactful, not just you gotta give me 20, but you gotta be impactful. Cause like you said, your boy got us 20, but was he impactful though?
He gonna have to get the 20, like you said, but he's gonna have to stay at the same efficiency he does. He's going to have to shoot more threes, like you said, with more threes to get his scoring up and get to the free throw line more. Threes and free throw line. He got to include both of them more. And basically, I'm gonna tell you what I want from JB. If he's making $30 million a year,
25-5.
It only got to be 25-5. In games where it's not against the top layer like teams, the teams where you like they got a chance to win a championship. Luka shouldn't have to play. Luka shouldn't have to be supernova. Luka should be able to be cool and be like, we got a good enough team.
Yeah,
JB, where he can lead the charge and we be fine. That's how we have to play.
Yeah.
That's
what you want from your number 2.
Yep. If we can't play like that, he's not 30 million. He's not 30 million.
Like I shouldn't have to go supernova if you got that guy. Scottie Pippen supernova if you got that guy.
Scottie Pippen could go off back in the day against Cleveland and all when he was in the mid-90s. You feel me? It was games where it was like Jordan could get you 20 and Scottie got you 25 as well sometimes. Like, okay, Scottie the man out here. It's all good. Like, that can happen. We need games where we can sit back and say JB's a good enough guy, which is basically an all-star. A good enough guy that can go out there and win games for you against the bottom level teams in the NBA. He should be able to win those games.
And not only that, like you said with them games, there should be some games where Luka is not the lead scorer.
That's what I'm saying. Where he's able to fall back.
If you getting that money, bro, you got to be like, hey, can you give me 25 and I just give like a little 22 or whatever? I'm getting you 10 rebounds and like 10 assists or whatever.
An efficient 22 on like 7 shots. Where Luka was like, man, I ain't had to do nothing. I'm just out here assisting because JB on fire and he got the rest of the guys going and I'm really taking a break. I think somebody was on some show. I think it was CJ McCollum. And he talked about on First Take. We're going to talk about Stephen A. Smith in a second. But he said him and Damian Lillard, they would have games that show up or whatever where they would be like, these are games you guys can take off, basically. And it was like when you took it on the calendar and said, I can basically take this game off. So if you want to, you can have a what's the thing they call it? Kawhi Leonard and all. What they call it? When he's sitting down, low management. Low management. So it's basically low management games they give to you now. And he says CJ McCollum and Damian will look at each other when the game came up and said, I'm playing, right? And he was like, all right, I'm playing. What I'm saying based off of that is that Luka should be able to have those games where he can look and say, you know what, Luka, you pick these games, you can just fall back and let JB take over because we can win those games with JB. I need that type of performance from Jalen Brunson, where Jalen Brunson is an all-star. He has to be an all-star guy that's able to win games without your superstar.
I agree. Speaking of Luka, man, you ready to get into this other conversation?
Not really, but I'm about to call out this man. So let's get to it because he needs to be called out.
Let's do it.
JJ Redick, are you ready for this? I take Anthony Davis over Luka. I take Anthony Davis over Jokic. Yes, I would. And let me go a step further. And I know he can't. I know how great Jokic is in terms of his passing ability, his playmaking ability. The brother can't jump onto a curb for crying out loud, and no one can stop him. It makes no sense. I can't. It's unbelievable.
Bro, I hate these conversations because it's gonna make me seem like I dislike Anthony Davis, and that's far from the truth. Far from the truth. I do not dislike Anthony Davis.
If my slugs hit him, I'm sorry, bro, but your boy got these coming. But go ahead, I'm gonna let you go first.
Right. Before this year, Stephen A. Smith would always say, when healthy, Anthony Davis is a top 5 player. He switched his little conversation up today for some reason. He said top 7 now because I guess he can't get him in the top 5 no more. It's impossible. Since the day Anthony Davis won a championship and they tried to make him saying he was the second best player in the league, Anthony Davis has not been a top 10 player in the league since that point. You can go back and say whatever you want to me and say, oh, this and this. He has not been a top 10 player. I can call 10 players off my hand with the ease before I get to Anthony Davis's name. That's 1. 2.
Even close to Anthony Davis.
2. Truth of the matter, Jason Tatum got a conversation of being better than Anthony Davis right now. Like just all around. Like his position in the all-time ranks, Jason Tatum has a conversation to be better than Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis has a championship as a number 2 guy. We understand that and we recognize that. But let's take away that Laker run completely. Let's just erase that. That didn't happen. That 1 year did not happen. Anthony Davis won one playoff series in his career? One playoff series as the man. He's had multiple years where he didn't make the playoffs. Luka didn't make the playoffs his first year, and truthfully, they could have fought for the playoffs, but they decided in the middle of the season to get rid of the whole team to go for KP and then tank. So that means every year of his career, Luka Doncic could have fought for the playoffs. Anthony Davis, without LeBron James, was fighting to make the playoffs. He had that one time, like I said. Jason Tatum now has been to 3 already in his 5 years of his career, 3 Eastern Conference Finals as that dude. He's been to a finals now as that dude. And you talking about because the guy plays defense that he's a better player than these guys. Jason Tatum is a 2-way player. He ain't better than Luka Doncic. He's not better than Joel Embiid. He's not better than Nikola Jokic. We can see that. We're not fools. So for you to yell out Anthony Davis is better than Luka Doncic, since that moment where Anthony Davis supposedly outplayed Nikola Jokic, Nikola Jokic has 2 MVPs, regular season MVPs, 2 back-to-back. Anthony Davis doesn't have one bit of hardware to his name other than a championship. Not one. I don't even think he's been an all-star MVP. He has not one accolade to his name, not one piece of hardware. And this guy is a top 5 player in the league right now, or top 7, Stephen A. Smith is saying. Better than Joel Embiid, better than Luka, better than Jokic, better than Jason Tatum, better than Jimmy Butler, the guy that took the Miami Heat to the finals 2 years ago, took them to the Eastern Conference Finals, just with ease now, was having some of the best, probably other than Luka Doncic, the best playoffs in general. Anthony Davis is not showing anything. This is the same reason why this guy's on the top 75 list. Luka should be higher. Luka's higher on the top 75. As far as all-time ranking, if I'm picking one, Anthony Davis, if his career ends right now, he's arguably a Hall of Famer. I think if Luka Doncic's career ends right now, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Joker is a first ballot Hall of Famer. This is ridiculous, man. This guy, Stephen A. Smith, just yells in the mic and makes it like it's true because he yells. What game does he watch? He got his Golden State Warriors pick right, I guess, this time. So now he's all on the train of thinking he can say crazy stuff now. This is the same man that told Phoenix, there's no way in hell you pick a guy from Europe. You go with the guy from Arizona State and you play him and you guarantee don't mess this up. And then when they talked about it later on, he says, I didn't see that guy overseas like that. That's not my job. Why are you talking on it? Why are you speaking on it, Stephen A. Smith? If you're the face of ESPN, like you made sure to say today, that, oh, yeah, I am the face. What do you mean? You said all that stuff. So why are you speaking on it when you know people watch you and look for your opinion and think you have a trusted opinion on these situations? You don't know what you're talking about. You just yell. So today's episode, I told you when I watched it, made me say, I know you've been saying for the longest time, I don't watch national media. I looked at that and said, man, I think I'm done with First Take. I was already done when Max got fired, when he fired him because he was doing better than him. So now I'm basically just off the train completely because they talking about just nonsense. Like, it doesn't even make sense what they're talking about anymore. The show is basically JJ Redick's now. He's taking over your show. He's better than you at that. Like, they need to find a way to get rid of Stephen A. Smith because he's bad at his job. He's just a guy that's cocky and confident at doing what he does. He's comfortable now, and they gave him so much power that he can do and say whatever he wants. This guy's takes are unbelievable. Yes. Like, it's to a point now. It's like, this is foolishness. He got guys, NBA guys, on the show all the time. Mad Dog, baseball guys, and all. Everybody is out doing his takes because he's just saying foolishness out of his mouth over and over again. I'm done with that man. He's a fool. He's a fool. He's been trying to say every other day, Jason Tatum's better than Luka. I'll take him. He said with John Morant.
Remember, too, is better than Giannis.
Yep. John Morant.
He said John Morant better than Giannis. Remember that?
Yep. I'll take that guy. Right now, Devin Booker, mark my words, Devin Booker will be the best player on the court game 7. That's what he said. I have nothing to say to this man. Who's point guard? Point guard will be out there on the court because we're going to see him point guard. So the same way you talk about injuries and people being hurt, I keep saying it like JJ Redick said. Well, he doesn't play when he's not hurt. Luka Doncic didn't play defense, but he played on a hurt calf. But he never brought that up, though, and still bust ass. Sorry, guys, for my language, but still did what he had to do, though, and still put up 32 a game in the playoffs. Stop playing with me, man, Stephen A. Smith. You're ridiculous. It's foolishness, man. It's foolishness. 33. I'm sorry, bro. I shortchanged him. 33 points in the playoffs. Anthony Davis putting up, 17? Trying to, at the end of the season, shooting 20-something% from 3. Mid-range shot, saying he didn't pick up a ball since April 5th. He ain't play all season. You talking about that guy saying when he healthy. When is he healthy? He's never been. What are you talking about? Top 7. Who? He's better than Kawhi? I'm taking Kawhi next year over Anthony Davis, and I ain't seen Kawhi play all last year.
Exactly.
Stop playing with me, man. This is crazy.
You hit a nod on you already know how I roll with Anthony Davis. I've been telling y'all this since day one. I've always said I was always confused on whenever I heard these people. Of course, like you said, it's a matter of fact. Let me rewind this, bro, because it's a lot I can just throw out here. I'm about to go. I'm about to go on a spree here. Y'all heard me say this a million times on this show. This right here is why I do not watch the national media. This is why. Now, let me go ahead and reiterate when I say national media because, I like Nick Wright. I watch First Things First. Not First Thing. Is it first? No.
First Thing
First. I watch them. I watch First Thing First. And that's pretty much it. I watch The Odd Couple. That's pretty much it. I don't watch Undisputed. I stopped watching that too. I get tired of hearing these guys. It's to the point that these shows, they treat these shows as if it's wrestling.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it is.
Promos. Yep.
And it's like they just, now what they do is they say something. I mean, my pops used to always say this to me, man. They'll say something outlandish, and then they'll get guys like, man, you heard what he said? Man, he said this and that, this and that, and this. I got tired of that. I got tired of Stephen A. Smith. I got tired of Skip Bayless. I got tired of Colin Cowherd. I got tired of Jim Rome. The list goes on. The Ryan Hollises who tried to put his stamp on this type of lane, just like these guys are doing or whatever. I got tired of all that, bro. Like, why am I working my blood pressure up? Listen to these guys who, like my pops, I think I told you this before. My pops used to always tell me, son, Stephen A., for example, he does not watch all 30 teams like that. He don't watch them. Which is why whenever I want to get my Maverick news, I listen to the local guys. Why? Because those local guys are paid to cover every intricate part about the Mavericks. How many times have we watched the Mavericks on ESPN and they'll say something, you're like, wait, that's not true. Oh, Dwight Powell's a lockdown defender. He's their best defender on the team. Dwight Powell? Are you watching the games? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like that, bro. So that's why I don't listen to him. So that's get that out the way.
Who gets the vote though,
The whole thing with Anthony Davis.
Before you go,
I know you're right. They do. That's the part I hate.
That sucks.
That's the part I hate, bro. Because it's like matter of fact, prime example. You saying the votes. Y'all remember when they had brought out Kendrick Perkins' votes?
Mm-hmm.
Remember he had his votes, who he voted for, and all that. And you think like, why the hell did he vote for that guy? He's the only one that had that one vote for that guy. You know, stuff like that. It's just like, Are you watching the game, bro? You are part of the worldwide leader in sports. Your job is to literally watch the sports, dissect it, and give us your opinion. You can't even do that.
Bro,
You can't even do that.
Jalen Rose voted for Kyrie Irving for first team All NBA.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. This is your thank you, bro. This is your job. We don't get paid for this, bro. But I can sit there and watch the Mavericks and try our best to give you an insightful opinion about this team. What we look like sitting there not watching not one game and then hop on here and say, yeah, you know what? Spencer Dinwiddie is the best player on this team. Y'all be looking at us like, what the hell are you talking about? Are you watching the games? You know what I'm saying? And then like that's how I feel about the national media. That's why, especially ESPN. I don't fool with ESPN unless like you have to watch the games on ESPN. Like I said, they have it blocked out here, and you gotta watch them on ESPN. That's the only time I watch them. Like we got the pack where you got Disney, Hulu, and ESPN. The only reason why I got that because it's cheap. I have not even touched my. I swear to you, I haven't touched my ESPN Plus yet, King.
Yeah, it ain't
I
much
don't fool with ESPN like that.
It's not
ESPN is all about clickbait now, man. It's like you said, you got these you got Patrick Beverly on there, don't know what the hell he talking about. You know what I'm saying? You got these like celebrity, Lil Wayne, all them on there. Bro, you got these people on here who are not insightful about the game. I'm supposed to sit here and be like, you know what? Lil Wayne said, Chris Middleton is the best player in the league. No, since he said it, I believe it now. He's right. It's like, no, bro, like, come on, man. And so, but like I said, I'm going on a tangent. But back to the Anthony Davis thing. You've heard me say this before. I've said this for the longest, and I remember back when people were saying that Anthony Davis was top 5. I kept asking people, why is he top 5? Why is he top 5? Because like you said, you've been in the league for, at that time, I think like 7 years or whatever, 6 or 7 years. You got the playoff. You only went to the playoffs, I think 2 times, got out the second round 1 time. Yep. Now, I know people can say, oh, he didn't have a team with him. Okay, then. We've been saying this all year. Luka had whole entire key rotation players are either second round picks or are not drafted. We just talked about all year how Jokic, his second and third option were out all year and still got him to the playoffs. What are you doing? And on top of that, King, you supposed to be top 5. You're not even the best player on your team with aging LeBron.
Nope.
LeBron is still better than you at the age of 56 years old.
Bro, Russell Westbrook was better than him.
Are you serious?
Russell was better than him.
Russell Westbrook is better than him.
He was better than him this year.
I don't understand. And when you said top 75, I didn't understand why they put him on top 75. I know why they did it. Because he won that 1 ring with LA. Because of the market that he's in, they automatically put him up there.
Yep.
So you put him on there, but Dwight Howard was dominant for like 9 years, was considered the second best player in the league behind LeBron, and didn't even touch the top 75.
Nope.
But you put this man on here who hadn't accomplished a thing the whole time he's been in the league. How many times do we watch a game and they say, man, Anthony Davis got to be more aggressive. Anthony Davis got to be more aggressive. Anthony Davis got to be more aggressive. How many times do we see that, King?
How many times you see Anthony Davis get under 20 points? How many times you see Anthony Davis get under 10 points? Like, come on, man.
And it was always, too, whenever you called him out, that's when he'll get like a 40 and a 20. Mm-hmm. Why can't you do that every night, bro? Why can't I get at least 25 and like 15 from like Kevin Love was doing in Minnesota?
Bro, just switch him, bro.
Like, dude, I don't understand it, bro.
Just switch him. You put Anthony Davis on that Orlando team back in the day. They beating LeBron. Are the Cavs? Are they going to get out the Eastern Conference Finals? No, they're not.
Are they going to the playoffs?
They're going to fight. They're going to struggle. You put Anthony Davis this year. Let him be healthy. He can be 100% healthy. He can play all 82 games.
He can be 200%.
82 games. You put him on the Nuggets this year. They're going to make the playoffs. No. They're going to fight for it, right? If they do make it. Yeah. You put him on Dallas, all 82 games, all 82, healthy, whatever you want. Anthony Davis putting up 28 and 12, whatever you're doing. Put him on the Dallas Mavericks without Luka Doncic. Are they making the Western Conference Finals? No, nope. They're not. We all know the answers to all this. This is ridiculous, man. He can barely win without LeBron on his team. Stop.
Exactly.
Stop. It's sick, man.
Like I said,
I respect Skip Bayless. I respect him because he say foolish stuff.
I don't.
But he stands behind his foolish stuff. So I understand the way Skip Bayless does stuff because when he disrespects people, he really respects them, if that makes sense. He's holding them to a higher standard. So like the LeBron thing, he knows LeBron's great, but it's the LeBron Jordan thing. So he compares him every time to Michael Jordan. So it's like the same thing with Luka. He's becoming the face of his show because it's somebody he can talk on because he can compare him to Larry Bird. It's kind of, you have to understand the way he does it. He's a hater on purpose to just get ratings. Stephen,
that's the thing. I don't even like that. You know what I'm saying? Like what you're saying. I don't even like that. It's like, look, I know you heard us talk about before. When we were kids, we would rush home from school to watch ESPN because we wanted the insight these guys were talking about. The Stu Scotts and all those guys, the Boomers, all those guys will give you insight.
Yep.
Now it's like you said, Skip Bayless, Steven, all those guys on the same tree. It's like, yeah, you might be right about the way how he's going about it, but it's still not. I don't want to watch it because it's like you're not being genuine.
Yeah, it's
like you're saying off the wall stuff just for it's entertainment.
Yeah,
it really
it's
is.
just
And
entertainment.
I tell folks that all the time. Like, don't get too mad at it. Like I said, my pop told me this years ago. Don't get too mad at it because that's what they do. Like you said. As a matter of fact, I was looking on Twitter one day, and people were getting on Shannon about the content. I think you even said this one time. Like, if you look at his Twitter, you're commenting about something that I know you like on the show that I know you didn't watch because I'm looking at your Twitter timeline.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so, like, if it's not the Cowboys or the Lakers or,
bro,
whoever hot at the time in the league or whatever,
after every Mav game, bro, after every Mav game that happened, I will go to Twitter and look up all the guys that got tweets that have Twitter pages or whatever. The Jay Wills,
I remember you said that.
The Kendrick Perkins, everybody that's on the show and all that has a Twitter that I know of to go see if they wrote something about the game. And it'd be a lot of times the game was a late night game, and these guys, their last message was a game from the earlier game, and then they just silent. I'm like, they sleep now.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, because if you weren't, you'd be writing something for the world to talk to you about while you watching it. You could tell they're just they're not paying attention to it. But then the next day, come talk about it like they watched it. Oh, Luka did this and did that, and then the team did this behind them. I'm like, you didn't even watch the game. You just got somebody telling you the story. But Fox, FS1 and all. Yeah, FS1 and all, they're like the second beat. I don't even know if anybody on that network other than maybe Chris Broussard and all has like a vote. You feel me? Like they're not really the big
He's
guys.
the only one I know of.
Maybe Rick Buchert, maybe.
But yeah. I think he has it, yeah.
They're the only two guys. But when you go to ESPN though, it's the Stephen A. Smith. Like Stephen A. Smith
everybody
speaks like he's gospel. That's my issue with Stephen A. Smith. So it's like, bro, you saying this, they need to take your vote away. Like, if you saying this about Anthony Davis, you shouldn't have a vote. If Jalen Rose gets caught putting Kyrie Irving on his first team All-NBA, he should not have a vote anymore. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they need to get punished. Referees, folks, because you're playing with people's money. There's no way Kyrie Irving was a first team All-NBA player this year. Kyrie Irving, so he was better than Luka. He was better than Ja. He was better than Steph. He's better than Chris Paul. He was better than Devin Booker. He's better than DeMar DeRozan. Come on, man. That's foolishness. How can you put that, man? He should no longer have a vote. That's it. Vote gone.
Him, Kendrick Perkins, all them cats, bro.
Yep. Take away their votes. As soon as you do crazy stuff like that, you should not do it because you're playing with people's money. He played with someone's money. Luckily, the people that were supposed to get it still really got it.
And they're basketball players. They should understand that, bro. Like, let me take this serious, man.
Bro, they just go and they fall in love with getting that money on that network, and they become different guys. They usually the guys that didn't really reach the potential in the NBA. I mean, no disrespect. I love Vince Carter. Vince Carter underachieved. He's supposed to be a champion. Like Vince Carter was great. I know you remember Vince Carter, T-Max, AI, that whole shooting guard era and all. Kobe, all them great guys and all.
Yeah, early 2000s.
Vince couldn't get the job done. Vince went ahead and started crying to Toronto and left the club and all that stuff to get out. Went to New Jersey and couldn't get over the hump with them or Orlando. Like, it is what it is. You got JJ Redick.
I don't know what happened in the New Jersey one. I thought he was gonna be there, boy. I thought that was it.
He let Dwayne Wade get over him. When Dwayne Wade and Shaq got together, they took over that team. And Vince Carter was supposed to be the guy to put them over the hump. Remember New Jersey? Because before they had Richard Jefferson, Kenyon Martin, and
Jefferson,
and what's his name, Jason Kidd. And then they got Vince Carter. So it was like, okay, he's going to take him over the top. He didn't. And you got JJ Redick. JJ Redick never really achieved what he was supposed to. He got to the finals that one year with Orlando.
Yeah, he said because of Stan, how he used him.
You got Matt Barnes, who won a championship, who gave his ring back, who don't even really feel like he did anything for the championship. Richard Jefferson got a ring with LeBron in Cleveland where he was just a guy. And then you got Kendrick Perkins. Kendrick Perkins is going back and forth with Kevin Durant like he was a better player than KD. I all respect the Kendrick Perkins talking this smack, but come on, bro. You weren't on KD's level. I get on KD, but it's those guys, man. These guys just accept the Jalen Roses, he got 81 dropped on him by Kobe and all. He had his one finals appearance, and he thought he was a dude. And then Jalen Rose was a decent guy. He fed 5 all day, but now he just a commentator. So it is what it is. I don't know what they're doing. It just feels like they're not watching the game as seriously anymore, and they just talking on it because they used to play.
Yeah. All right, man. We already way over an hour, bro. Let's go ahead and get into these questions and comments. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you already know how this works. If you guys have a question or a comment, go ahead and hit us up real quick here with the WTM. We're going to go ahead and get this thing going. We already over an hour. We apologize. We had a lot of content today to get into. So let's go ahead and get into it, bro. You ready, King?
Yeah, I'm showing up now.
Yeah. I'm up top with it. Hey. While you doing that, let me get this thing started. The man of the hour, TGK, was good, man. He says, first things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil. Yes, sir. For real. My kinfolk says in the hospital, needs surgery, but let's go Mavs off season, man. I hope you get better, cuz. I really do, man. Hope you get better, bro.
Praise to you, King, man.
Yes, sir. My baby on today. She says, let's talk Mavs. Yes, ma'am. This is all we do. I know you get tired of me doing it, so here we go. And her brother up next. Go ahead and read
that. He says, go gang. What up, fam? We need to get Stephen A. Smith some help. Let's take some of these ESPN jobs away from him so he can have more time to gather facts and quit giving all these hot takes. Yeah, man. I don't know. I really don't think he should be the lead guy on ESPN. And that's no knock to him. It's a brother and all. I love him as far as being that. But, he wasn't the show. Even when Max was there, Max was the better. Now, that doesn't mean that every take Max says is correct.
Yeah. I agree.
Every take Nick says. Nick Wright doesn't have every take correct. But it's guys you can see.
I feel like
he studies the game. He studies it.
Yeah.
Nick studies the game, and you can tell he looks at the game and actually tries to make a take. It may be a hot take sometimes based off of what he's thinking, but you can tell based off of what he says that he's a student of the game. I can appreciate that with Nick Wright.
Yeah.
But with Stephen A. Smith, when he usually talks, it's like, what were you watching? That's how I feel like. You weren't watching. I can tell you, if you've watched the game, you can tell he didn't watch the game. I can tell Nick Wright watched the game.
When you sent me that time, I told you, matter of fact, it was one time he said he'll take Ja Morant over Giannis.
This dude crazy.
And what did I tell you after that? I said, King, I told you, Jay, all y'all, do not send me nothing else from Stephen A. Smith. Don't send me nothing else from Stephen A. Smith or ESPN. I don't want to hear you. I keep sending me Kendrick Perkins and all that. I'm like, bro, don't send me nothing else.
They the ones in charge of the first team All NBA and all. If it wasn't for them, Luka would have been on second team and all. You gotta watch him. It's like
Luka when he made it. Because remember, they got Luka fifth on MVP.
It's a catch-22, man. It's like you gotta watch it because they're in charge of making people what they are.
And that's the sad part, bro.
Bro-in-law says, I'm just gonna say Reggie also says, bro-in-law, he with you on Kendall Brown out of Baylor. He hopes that's the pick.
Yes, sir. I told you about it. Well, you probably went back and watched the video, but I'm telling you, King. Shout out to Jay. I think Jay said he don't think he's gonna fall that far. Bro, we got a lot of people that probably ain't gonna want to pick up. That's probably not gonna make it.
You saw who they said, who the Mavs with MFFL actual page said. If he there,
oh my God,
make sure you take him because he might be the pick that you got to take the chance on. I told you that guy.
About Kessler?
No, that guy Jovic. As far as saying,
yeah.
As far as saying,
no, but you hear who the? Yeah. I would take him over. You heard it. Everybody talking about Kessler now.
Nah, I ain't know that they all think
because
he's
of
gonna
his
be the one
agency and who he with. That's the dude from Illinois. White dude. Yep. Bro, everybody. They take Kessler. I'm done, King. I'm sorry.
If Nikola Jovic is there at our position, and we want to,
I would definitely take him. Yeah.
Like, it's too much skill. Like, you
telling
have
me,
to get that skill.
Kessler, bro.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just gonna probably be disrespectful, bro. But with Kessler, I'm getting a whole lot of Cherokee Park vibe, bro.
Watch you come and be amazing.
Hold on.
Just because you're doing
it. hey, I do. I really do. But if I had to call it now, nah, bro, I'm good on Kessler.
Yeah, I wouldn't go.
My bro said, I was talking to his sister. The baby said he love you. Go Mavs. All right. Let's see. Oh, Pavel, what's good, man? He said, do you think $11 million for Robinson would be too much?
No, I don't think it's too much.
No. I mean, what you say, King? That's what. Thank you. That's what I'm trying to get his name out. Thank you. Yeah, the White Powell making that.
And I don't think this is Mitchell Robinson.
Y'all think he gonna come in here and a whole lot better than the White Powell?
Yeah, Mitchell Robinson is still going to develop. Like, Mitchell Robinson is not where he is yet, like, as far as his peak. So he's still going to get better. He's worth $11 million right now. So if we can get it for $11 million, absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, I signed him right now. Not right now, but right now.
Yep, right. You're right.
I see this has already begun off-season trade. Do y'all see Dallas do anything prior to draft night?
They can't
well, so prior to before draft night, you can't do anything before draft night. It's got to be during the draft or after the draft. So from what what we're hearing right now is Dallas is more leaning towards getting rid of that pick in some type of shape, form, or fashion. Like, they're saying, like, if they can't find a trade for it, they're gonna probably trade it or trade back to do a stash player, which I don't want them to do that, bro. Like, I'm sorry. I feel a kind of certain way about those stash players, bro. I feel like you're wasting a pick, but because how often those guys come over here and actually be part of the rotation? You know what I'm saying?
You're wasting a pick, but bro, again, the only way it makes it good is if you trade out of the first round to the second round, and you're able to get rid of somebody as well. So somebody might be coming up in the second round trying to get another first round pick, like a team that's like a Kings or whatever like that. You give them away, even if you can't get Rashawn Holmes, you give away somebody, a Bertans or somebody for them to take your pick, if that makes sense.
That makes sense. It is you.
Landry says Ayton is Mavs' ideal center, but I doubt we'll get him this year. What do you think about Hartenstein? I think he could be a solid starter for us. Not as good as Ayton, but way better than Powell. My opinion on it is this, Landry.
It's a lot of people want him. A lot of people.
I do not want Hartenstein. And let me explain it to you why. I do think Hartenstein will come over here and have better numbers than Dwight Powell. But I think the team would not be as good.
The Dwight Powell is like literally my floor. Anything is higher than the floor, bro. Like, you know what I mean? But my ankle from the ground is higher than the floor. You know what I mean?
But I think the team would be worse.
I see what you're saying.
I think the team would be worse because it would take something away from the team that we have that works for us in the regular season. That Dwight Powell pick and roll thing is still like the most, I think, efficient offensive or highest offensive rated play in the NBA between Luke and Dwight Powell. I don't think Luke and Hartenstein going to be finishing those plays with the same success that Luke and Dwight Powell did. So that's my issue with Hartenstein. Not that he wouldn't be a better player, but it's about fit. And I don't think he's the best fit for the Dallas Mavericks.
I agree. Oh, there's the next one. AT was good, man. He says, I hope the front office realize they need to upgrade big at center, Mitchell Robinson, Capella, caliber players. Man, from what we've been hearing, I don't know if y'all heard this, but they might be doing a Capella swap for Rudy Gobert type thing going.
Yeah. Yep, they can
have it. Atlanta's trying to make some mate.
They can have it. They can have that one. I'm fine with Atlanta having it. I don't want Capella either. Capella's too old, y'all. Y'all don't want Capella either. Y'all don't want Capella.
Bro, you know what's funny about that too? I heard I say exactly what we said on the show about Capella. Remember I told you, I said, like, with Rudy, they don't have elite wing defenders on that team, but just Rudy by himself can make that team a top 10 defense, right?
Yep.
He was saying that Capella gives you what Rudy gives you for half the price, but not the same impact. Like, yeah, he's a good blocker, shot blocker, rebounder, and all that stuff. But the type of impact that Rudy brings, he doesn't bring that type of impact. And we said that on this show.
Yeah.
And I heard another guy just say that. So
Clint
when we hear people saying like, go get Capella, it's like,
Capella also is useless in the playoffs. It's that same situation again, that Dwight Powell thing. He's not like a guy that's going to go over there and just be dunking on your head.
Roll.
You feel me? He ain't going to be a guy that's just jumping over people's heads and all. He goes and gets rolls, but he's not a guy where, like a DeAndre on a pick and roll. I think he's going to be dunking on folks. You feel me? Like he's going to run through guys and catch the ball and dunk.
If the pick and roll is not there, he can pick and pop from the
exactly. He can do other stuff. Capella, I think it's going to be the same situation where they're going to play Luka like they play him with Dwight Powell, and he's going to be just gone as far as offensively in the playoffs. He's not making shots. He's not making no shot at all. Dwight Powell's better shooter than Clint Capella.
I mean, the numbers say.
It's the truth.
It's you.
Oh, Reggie. He says he's with me. This is not a championship team. That's why I feel everyone should be available to trade, even DFS, as much as that would hurt. Yeah, Reggie, I'm starting to lean towards that way. I don't want to get rid of DFS. That's not saying I want to get rid of him before you go on that row. I don't want to get rid of him. Keep him as hard as you can.
I know King said get rid of him right now. I know.
No, you keep him as long as you can. But I'm telling you, the way you saying the team is set up right now, and if we that close to cap, we might just blow it up, man. Like, you got to get rid of guys to get guys back. You're going to waste it either way. So imagine we get JB for $30 million and he's not worth it. Now he becomes a $30 million.
I'm saying that, bro.
Now
you make me mad with that $30 million, bro.
I'm just saying.
Christ.
Now you got a $30 million contract you got to get rid of that nobody wants. And it took Portland a while.
You telling me he can get up to close to $30 million, bro?
Yep, 29. John Hollinger said 29.8, bro. He said that's what he believed.
Oh, we was good with the 2022, and then all of a sudden it just whoosh.
Because the free agency pool was so phony. He's the right year to be a free agent. He played himself right. And they saying Zach LaVine gonna probably sign back with Chicago. So then
Chicago, yeah, because it dried up.
He's a top 3 free agent in this year. He's top 3 right now, if not top 2. It's what? No, 3. It's what? Kyrie, Ayton, and him. If Zach LaVine signs back, that's
sign
it.
Back, yeah.
He's the top 3 free agent.
Jesus Christ, boy.
Mark Cuban and them messed up.
Nico,
they should have signed that guy for like 50-something mil before, man. They could have got him last year for like 50-something, 52 mil, I think, man. 52.
Like, that's 55 or something like that.
Well, 55 either way. It's still
either way.
Yep.
Yeah, still, yeah. Dang, boy.
I'm about ready to let him go. Like, I know that's crazy to say let him go for nothing, but we got to get cap relief.
Brolaw says y'all preaching tonight. Luka plays too much ball through the year. Hopefully we get enough talent to turn Luka into a 25 and 15 guy. Yeah, instead of a 35 and 9 guy. Yeah, that's the hope. Like you said, like King was saying earlier in the video, if you talk about paying, I still can't believe you said that, bro. You paying him nearly $30 million. You need him to, bro. You got to be that guy, bro. I'm sorry. You got to be that guy. I like JB, but
yeah, you got to be that dude.
29.5, King.
29. I think 29.8 is what he said. So basically, like you said, it's basically $30 million. That's crazy, man. Who would have thought? I had no clue JB would get $30 million, man. Like, that's a different level.
Bro, I was cool with 20. I heard 22, upwards of 22, maybe 23. I was cool with that. That's not too bad, right?
I got comfortable.
We talked about the fact that
I got comfortable with 25. I was
working my way to 25, but now you talking about
25 was hard. 25 was hard, but I'm like, you know what? 25 for you, give him 100. You know what? Just give it to him. He deserve it. Just pay him the most. Bruh, $30 million. Do you think another team will pay JB $30 million?
I think New York would. The two main teams I'm hearing that really want him is I'm hearing Detroit too now.
So Detroit,
okay. Indiana, and New York.
Detroit is okay. I got that. But listen, so wouldn't New York basically be doing the same thing we be doing for Ayton? I'm saying for you. So they cannot get JB. They have no money. They have not enough money to sign JB for $30 million right now. They would have to do a sign and trade,
Yeah.
which means that if JB says I want to go to New York, the Mavericks have to help them out. They have to get pieces from the Mavs and trade. That's what I was saying to you before about the Ayton. I felt like if Ayton says I want to play for the Dallas Mavericks, then they have to find pieces to take for him to be traded for, because it's the only way it can get done. That's what I feel
like I said, you can do the sign and trade, but like I said, but they're saying with the sign and trade compared to you just trading straight up for a guy on the other team, like we were saying with the Harrison Barnes and Rashard Holmes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can make that trade without any problem. Like say total they're 30 million. I'm just throwing a number out. Say they're 30 million. You can trade back 30 million worth, but still keep that 30 million on your books, so it doesn't affect your cap hold. But if you do a sign and trade, because of where we're sitting at, we're only going to be able to get back a certain portion, and only because we're getting back a certain portion, that hurts us as far as the hard cap, and that to the point we can't get anybody else. It's why that is. Now I don't know everybody else's situation. Like I said, it's going to depend on what their cap situation is and what they can get back as far as how close they are to that threshold of the cap hold. You know what I'm saying, or the hard cap or whatever. So I don't know how far they are. Because they already got Randall. Matter of fact, wait a minute, hold on.
Bro,
they signed RJ Barrett?
Yeah. Did they? No. Oh, yeah, they did. I think they did.
No. He's eligible this year.
Oh,
he's eligible this year. Because remember him and Zion and all them.
But they're going to sign him.
Remember?
They're going to sign RJ Barrett.
Yeah,
we know that's going to happen.
But of course, but with that, of course, he can sign that because they got his bird rights and all that stuff.
Yeah,
so,
they're going to sign RJ Barrett. My thing is that they don't have enough. They don't have $30 million though in cap space. They got to get rid of players.
Hey, if you want to give up RJ Barrett, I wouldn't be mad, bro. I would not be mad, but I doubt it. Though. Bronlaw says, question, guys, with all the sign trade rumors surrounding JB, do y'all see him asking for a no trade clause in his contract? If so, do you think he will get it? I don't know how that works.
They don't do them anymore, right?
Per se, Reggie.
They don't do no trade clauses anymore.
Oh, okay. You know what they do? They do trade kickers.
Yeah, and they wiggle it around. They do
trade kickers.
They wiggle it. So I think like LeBron has a contract right now. So this is how they do no trade now. They make it so they sign it if a team trades LeBron. Like if the Lakers traded LeBron James, they would trade him to the other team who would pay him, and the Lakers would still have to pay him money as well. Like the Lakers would pay him his full contract.
So he'll get like depending on the contract. Yeah, depending on the contract, like whatever the contract says. Yeah.
That's the way for them to not trade you, because then he still stays on their books completely. So it's like, why would you trade me if you're going to still pay me and get nothing for me? Yeah. But I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think JB's that good of a player to get a no trade clause or nothing like that in there. He'll have a team option last year or whatever, or a play option like everybody else. He ain't an all-star yet. He didn't make the all-star game.
Big homie said, don't listen to Mike Fisher and Dalton Triggs.
Dalton Trigg had something, and I'm not saying don't listen to him, but Dalton Trigg had a quote. He had a page up about LeBron James talking about Luka, about the conversation for the uninterrupted or whatever like that. And in his quotes, I saw that today. In his quotes, he had one of the Dwayne Wade's quotes about the pass and all that is Luka is LeBron type. When Wade said, quote me right, when I say this, it's LeBron like when he zips the ball across. Like he said, he had that in his page as if LeBron said it about Luka. And I'm like, that's not true. You can't put that on there. But hey, I don't know. That's local.
Yeah, Mike Fisher is too. Yeah, I've talked to Mike Fisher in person before, so Big Homie might have a point. I don't want to bash Fisher too hard. I like Mike Fisher. As far as the Mavericks, like I think he has more of a hand on the Cowboys than he do the Mavericks. Like he covers the Mavericks, but it's kind of cliff notey sometimes with the Mavericks. Like I said, I know me and Will talked to him before straight up about some trades, and he was kind of, I don't know. I like Mike Fisher though, but I see where you're going with that though, Big Homie.
Though his first one too, do his first one as well though. Don't skip his first one, Big Homie, the one before that one.
Oh, okay. Oh, Zach LaVine is crying right now, being the second in Chicago. He's definitely going to be second here. Yeah.
He thought he was better than DeMar DeRozan.
Like,
that's the issue.
See, the thing is too, Big Homie. This is what I said before, right? You were the number one guy and where did that get you, right? So do you want to, like I said before, there's only 5 teams that's going to have cap space. And all 5 teams aren't good teams. I mean, yeah, you could probably go team up with Dame, but how did that go for CJ? You know what I'm saying? And so you still can pretty much have the same team if you go over there with Dame. It's going to be pretty much the same team, just minus CJ.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, so 5 teams are going to be teams that are not good teams. They have cap space. You want to go over there because they have cap space and be the guy? Or do you want to go to a team where you can contribute and actually have a chance to win a championship? Like, you could be the missing piece in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? So, you write about him. Supposedly we're hearing about him crying about being the second guy. It's like, but you were the number 1 guy, and what did that get you? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I guess it is what it is. You grown, you do what you want, I guess.
I don't really think he has a problem being number 2 guy, bro. I think the issue is being number 2 to DeMar DeRozan. Remember, DeMar DeRozan came over there on a lower contract. He was the guy trying to find out where he was going to play and all before the season happened. I don't think Zach LaVine thought he was going to be number 2 to him. He thought he was going to be the number 1, and DeMar DeRozan was the guy that nobody wanted to really sign and all. Like, they were trying to get him for a lower amount. So I think with Luka, he'd be fine being the number 2. He thought he was going to be number 1 with DeMar DeRozan, I think, though. So I think that hurts him as far as DeMar coming and taking over his team. But as far as leaving being with, like, Luka, I don't think he'd have a problem with that.
Mm-hmm. You might be right on that, bro. That's you.
If Randall was making 10 less a year in a heartbeat at his current rate, hell nah. Yep. I don't even know if he's making 10 million less. Like, he needs a better heart in general. We're talking a heartbeat. Like, that heart, man, it just don't work. And I didn't like the way he went off of the Knicks fans this year either. I didn't like that.
It's like you playing bad. It's kind of like the whole Westbrook thing. It's like you're not playing well, but people criticizing on you. Well, remember when I did in Oklahoma City, but that's back in the past. We're talking about right now, bro. You're not playing good now. Yeah. We understand you played good back in the day, but you're not playing good now. So
yeah.
Let's see. The Mount was good, man. He says, I love my father dearly, but being around him all the time like that, I wouldn't want to go to New York if I was in JB's position. I mean, like King said before, man, you need to carve your own path, man. But if that's what he wants to do, I mean, I can't knock him for what he wanted to do. And he, you know what, he had the right to go. He's not a restricted free agent. He can just up and say, no, I'm going to New York or whatever. You know what I mean? Without any type of hesitation or anything. We're asking him to do a sign and trade to help us out. So
yeah. You got the local media calling out his father's passing though too in Dallas. I don't know why they did that one. I still don't get it. If you want to keep the guy.
Yeah. Let's see.
Cuz he says, King, I feel this will be a throwaway year unless we get Ayton, especially with the entire West on the come up next season and our lack of cap space. I'm willing to wait and be ready for 2023. I hear you,
talking about throwaway, man. Ooh,
yeah, I hear you, Rich. But we have a generational player, man. Like, remember, Cleveland was doing that with LeBron. Like, you can't throw away. We talking about the guy possibly coming into shape and being the MVP. You think he want to hear I'm gonna be MVP to throw away? Then you're not gonna be MVP. Then if you're throwing away the year, you throw it away is basically okay. Like, I may not get voted. Remember, Luka didn't get voted for the All-Star starter team this year, no. Like, all that stuff is on his
weight.
Yep, all that stuff is still on him. And Nico even said in this interview, though, he said that the goal is to be a great team from the beginning. So he said we may not make the Western Conference Finals, but he says at the end of the day, he says we should start out the gate better. So we should be a better team overall. So the goal, they're going to try to come out the gate swinging to get Luka like an MVP and all. They know what they want to do. So I don't think they're going to throw away the season. That's why I'm like, it's a hard situation, man. Nico, he's going to make some magic. Like, after this offseason, we're going to barely know what Nico Harrison is about. For real.
Really. Jamie says, love Boban, but at one point you're in need at least 3 more playoff rotation players at the moment, but Pinson and Brown got to go.
Yeah, Bert.
Yeah, we talked about that, Jamie. Look, man, you to the point, like, I mean, you were at one point relying on Josh Green, who's technically, I mean, not technically, but pretty much a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
Was out there making rookie mistakes during the playoffs. Like, if you had more of a consistent rotational player in those positions, you probably would have been in a better position to kind of position yourself to go to the finals. We don't know, but yeah. And I know that we're talking about cap space, and I know, like, this year you're signing those guys. You can sign them over because you own their bird rights and all that. But But what about next year? What about the year after that? What about the year after that? You know what I mean? Like, so you're still gonna need that money and that space to actually get players in here that's actually going to actually contribute and be part of the rotation. So yeah, I agree, man.
And let Boban go get a space on another team that may need him.
Yeah.
Let him go.
So like everybody else agree. Let's see.
I see lies.
Yeah.
He says, what up, Glow Gang? How you guys been doing? Our team became different when Pinson came in our roster. The team energy was at a high level. Theo is our culture player. Hard to get rid of him. Yes, lies. I'm not saying get rid of him if he's not going to. So if you had to choose one of the two players, you choose Theo because Theo could do more like Ralph said earlier as far as he could play actually. But if he's not going to be playing, then why not make him a coach? Like if he's going to be sitting over there on the sideline, same thing you did with Jared Dudley. You made Jared Dudley a coach the year after he decided to be done. Like, you sat on that bench the whole year? Make him a coach. If Theo,
Udonis Haslam.
Yep. The only reason, so I'm mad at the Heat, man. I hope they don't do this. I feel like the Heat are just holding Udonis Haslam to get that record, to take Dirk's record. And it's like that's not going to be fair because this guy doesn't play. Like, don't make this guy take Dirk's record if he doesn't play. Like, Dirk at least played all his years. Like, don't just sit him there to get Dirk's record. But I feel like they're going to try to do that. That's another reason I don't like Miami Heat, but we'll see. But yeah, he should be a coach, and Theo Pinson should be a coach too. Lies. I don't think you should get rid of him. Just make him a different position so he doesn't affect the cap.
Lies also says, don't underestimate chemistry, hard, nurture, and easy to break. No, we agree with the nature, but I mean, with the chemistry, but after a while, man, you got to get some talent in here, man, to kind of match that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because as you're constantly keeping your same team, remember, you got those other teams we just named off earlier in the video who going to come back healthy, and then everybody else is not going to stay in pack. They're going to continue to getting better. So you're still competing with those teams, man. So you got to get talent in here to keep up with those other teams in the West. The West is going to be deep next year, y'all. You're going to probably have teams that you didn't even think were going to be in the play-in next year in the play-in. There's at least 11, 12 teams going to be deep next year if everybody comes back healthy. So it's going to be crazy, bro. You want to stay up in that top echelon of teams, bro, you got to add better talent. That's just how it is. Like we said, the team the way it's constructed right now, it's just a championship team right now compared to the two teams we see in the finals right now. No. So you have to add better players.
Yeah. Reggie says, get on them, King. Make Pinson and Boban coaches and sign players that will play. Can you imagine Kid getting ejected and Coach Boban coaching the rest of the game? Yeah, man, like, just do something. Get these guys off the payroll. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and like we said, that's what we saw earlier. That's one of the plans they have is to sign them guys back. I mean, I saw Pinson. I don't know if they still on the Boban thing, but yes, blow it up. This is not a championship team. Like I said, I think you can just tweak some things to stay afloat until 2023, in my opinion. But I don't think you completely blow it up. But I could be wrong.
You guys, I see a lot of that we have chemistry. Go ahead and click. Oh, that's the man of the hour right there. He says, I would shoot for the 2023 free agent class. Yeah, I mean, that's what it's looking like we're going to have to do, Daryl, but it's a wasted year, man. Like, I don't know how many times you could just waste years with a generational talent. Like, imagine.
And as long as he is, too.
Let's switch Luka. Let's throw anybody in there. Let's throw Jordan. Let's throw LeBron. Anybody you want to throw. KD. Would you feel like they'd have been okay if you just said, you know, our prime coming up, we dominant, we say, you know, we're going to take this year off. Now he used to winning. Luka's already used to winning championships, MVPs, and all that stuff. He done won a playoff series now. He got that monkey off his back. He got to the Western Conference Finals, the series before the finals, and you're about to tell him, well, fall back. We're not going to play for anything this year. We're going to play for – that's the only thing I'm worried about as far as having that player. If we'd had a different kind of team, a team that's on the cusp without a superstar and all, we like, you know what, just fall back. This 1 year going to get us there. I would be all for that, but having Luka, man, it's hard.
I told y'all, man. It's to the point now, the way Luka's playing, the stats he is in the league right now, it's damn near championship or bust.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we don't want to hear that. I know it's like, I'm telling you, the way us getting to the Western Conference Finals now we know where that threshold is. Now it's no more that okay. Once you got to Western Conference Finals, 3 or 4 years in a row, you barely get out the first round. All that, nah, bro. Like you got a top 5 player in the league. You made it to the Western Conference Finals. You took them steps. You had won 6 games, and you took a team to 7. Then you got past the first round. Listen, that next step is to get Luka an MVP and to at least contend for a championship. A championship. That's the level we're at right now. Whether y'all believe it or not or want to accept it, that's just the facts. And like King said, you think Luka's gonna want to take a step back after getting right there and feeling like they had a chance to get to that next level? Like, nah, bro. He's gonna want that ring, bro.
Bro, next year is not a success unless we go 6 games in the Western Conference Finals. Literally.
Wasn't it the same thing we said last year when we went 6 that first year and then went 7 the next?
7.
Like, okay, they making them steps. Yeah. Here's the man of the hour, here, King. Any Adoka, what's good, man? Of Dallas prospect fame, what's good, man? He said, glad to have you in here. He said, what's up, fellas? Like the pod, yes, sir, man. Hey, and if y'all haven't seen any of these videos on Dallas Prospects YouTube channel, he's breaking down. He has 2 videos now breaking down draft prospects for the Dallas Mavericks. I need to go watch them. I watched both of them, man. He did a good job on those, and I definitely appreciate it, man. Because I've been this year. I was a little off on the draft. I mean, me and King did our scouting order, but I wasn't as thorough on the draft this year as I normally am, man. And watching your 2 videos, man, kind of helped me out. A couple of those guys you said on the video too, Andy, I end up being some of my picks, man. So yeah. Let's see. Oh well, where we at, King? Oh, here we
go. Jamie says if that happens, you're turning into the Portland Trailblazers.
Jesus Christ!
I'm telling you, man. That So I see people talking about JB and JB's gonna get paid. He already said he's not taking a discount. Whatever he can get. So if somebody tells him he's getting 29, he's taking 29. You guys talk about we shouldn't trade. I saw in the comments as well. Just talk about this. They said we can't trade Maxey. So who's out? Who's out 7 players that we play right now, Ralph? Who's the 7 players? Tell me the 7 players we play right now.
So you got Luka, JB, Brunson.
That's the same player.
Yeah, Luka, JB. Yeah, Dodo. Bullock.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, Dwight, Maxey, Bertans, and Spencer Dinwiddie.
So teams got to want.
That's 9.
That's the 7, right? No, the 7, 8, 9. Yep, 9. No, it's 8. It's 8. I think you said 8. You said the 5 starters, and then you said Spencer.
Okay, yeah. Yes, 8. Yeah.
So that's 8.
So, yeah, Spencer, Maxey, Spencer, and Bertans.
So if Bertans, maybe you can add Josh Green in there. Okay, so give you 9. Let's give you 9 with that. You said don't trade Maxey. Then who are we going to trade? That's what I'm saying. Like everybody's saying we need him. Yeah, we needed Maxey for this year for doing what he did, but we need to get better than Maxey. Like, then who are we trading? Like y'all saying nobody wants Bertans $16 million. That's a hard contract to trade. So it's not going to be like
you're going to have to give up a pick with that one, y'all.
Yeah, like
we just told you the pick situation. So
who's next? Like after Bertans, then who's next you want to give up? We gonna give up JB next, Reggie, Dodo, Josh Green.
And you have to remember too, the way drafts work. Yeah, we want to get these guys up, but the other team is gonna have to want those guys. Like we can sit there and say, "I'll just trade Burke and Sterling Brown, and we're good." It's like it's not that simple. The other team's gonna have to want those guys too for us to trade them, the Bertans and all those guys. So yeah, if you, I heard a guy say, if you want to take a step forward, you might have to take 2 steps back.
Yep.
Is that right? Something like that.
You take your small L's for the greater W's.
Yeah, like, look, I understand you love Maxey. We all love Maxey. I understand. But if y'all want to take that next step, sometimes you have to get rid of some of those guys to take that next step. Maxey is 30 years old. He's been injury prone the last 3 years. If we can get somebody else in here that can contribute right now and they want Maxey, I'm sorry. I love you, Maxey, but
gotta let him go.
You gotta let him go. I'm sorry. I try to run through you, King.
Go ahead. You read him.
Mount says JB's nice, but no way he's an above scorer. What else does he bring? He brings ball handling. What we don't have a lot of. That's one. Yeah. He definitely brings a consistent score on the team. See, when you say above average score, you're saying, see, you have the mind frame of Luka going out there dropping 30. He's not going to just drop 30 every game. He's not going to give you that. But he definitely gives you another option as a consistent scorer. So that's what he brings. But
don't discredit. I mean, people discredited in JB. Like, JB is a 20. No, I'm not saying you, bro. I'm talking about
No, I'm saying for them, it's like, okay, you equating that what you said with the 30 to, he ain't, you know what I mean? So
he's a 20.
I'm not saying he's trash.
He's a 25-5 type guy. I really believe that's what he can be as a starter for a whole year, like a 25-5 guy. And he's low turnovers. He's one of the best assistant turnover guys in the league. And he's one of the best as far as
and he just said the same thing.
As far as getting charges.
Didn't you say that?
Yeah, like
exactly.
He's going to get that. I believe if JB starts, he'll get to 25 and probably 5. He'll do that. 25 and probably 4. That's probably what he'll get. But I don't know if that's enough for $30 million. That's what I'm saying.
Yes. I agree. And then Daryl just said this. He said, move TAJ, Powell, and Maxey off the roster and find a big or wing to complement Luka and help Dodo and Reggie. That's what we've been preaching, Daryl. Of course, you know. See, the thing is, if we want to create some type of cap space, you're going to have to move those two. I'm sorry to say it. I mean, Powell, I think everybody's on board with Powell, but Maxey might have to get moved, y'all. I'm sorry. Like, I know, I understand everybody loves Maxey, bro, but he might have to get moved if you want to take that next step.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
he brings something to a team that other teams are going to want.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So he might have value on that. And plus, he doesn't have a big contract like that. So, I mean, I understand, man, but we asked y'all this before. If you keep this team the way like you said, if you keep those, what I name off 8, you said 9 because you added Josh Green. You keep those 9 guys, right? Y'all keep those 9 guys. Is that a championship team? No. Which means you might have to move some of those pieces, bro, to get to that next level that y'all are trying to get to. I'm sorry. We all want to keep the team. Just add on to. We all want to do that, but
we all want.
We're not in a position right now to do that.
Bro, we all want to trade Bertans over Maxey. We all want to do that. We all would rather trade away the 16 of Bertans and say keep Maxey Kleber. Maxey Kleber is a better player than Maxey Kleber is a better player than Bertans, making less money. Teams are going to want Maxey Kleber over Davis Bertans. That's all I'm just saying to you guys. Nobody wants that contract. The same way we don't want Bertans' contract, they don't want Bertans' contract.
Exactly. Teflon says they compare JB to Van Fleet. What Van Fleet making per year? I want to say
20-something.
Is it 22?
It might be like 22. But Van Vliet was in a class with like other guys getting paid as well. I'm saying JB lucked up being in a class where he's the main guy. He's a top 3 free agent this year. I don't think Van Vliet was a top 3.
No, he wasn't. At that time.
No, at that time. That's what I'm saying. He's just lucking up.
Yeah. And from what I'm hearing, Teflon, is that he's going to ask more than Van Vliet. Now, mind you, Van Vliet's an all-star too.
Yeah. He became one after the contract, though, so maybe JB would be the same.
That's what we're banking on, right?
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Try to get through this. Here we go. Did it pop up?
Yeah, it popped up now.
Oh, here we go. Teflon said the Lakers in trouble. Darvin Ham got to be coaching on a Greg Popovich type level to turn that mess around. Yeah, man, because from what it sounds like, they're not giving up Westbrook. Shout out to Daryl. They're not giving up Westbrook, so I don't like how they put him in that position, man.
They still gonna be a better team, man. If Anthony Davis plays the whole year healthy and LeBron James, they'll be a better team than they were this year. Now, I'm not saying they're going to be a championship.
What was that word?
Healthy.
What was that first word you used in that sentence? No. What was that very, very first word? Oh,
if.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's if. But yeah, if they're healthy, they'll be a play-in at least team, yo. Like LeBron James and Anthony Davis will play for the play-in, so they'll be a team that you got to watch out for. We're not saying they're going to be a championship favorite.
And LeBron getting a lot more rest than he ever had too. So
Yeah, but he's getting older too.
Let's see how that go.
LeBron not a
he's getting his 20th year.
How about
Year
How
20.
about this one? How about this one, bro? You can call it shots if you want to. The Lakers do not have a top 5 player. The Lakers don't have a top 5 player at all.
Shots. Go ahead.
Tell me I'm lying, though.
No, you got Anthony Davis.
Okay. Okay.
Listen, I said, do you guys think JB would choose to stay? I know you want him to say no. We can offer him the most money. We're getting a lot of mixed signals right now, a lot of mixed messages. But like we said before, Dallas is one of those teams. The rumors that you hear are not coming from our front office. They keep everything very tight-lipped. Like a lot of the trade stuff that we finally hear coming down the pipe that actually happens is something that throws there, like the KP trade, for example. We did not see the KP trade coming at all. Nobody saw that coming. So a lot of times when they make these moves and stuff like this, it's very tight-lipped. And Mark Cuban said that before. Like it's to the point like if anything leads to like a Woj or anybody like that, he's finding his people.
Yep.
And so we don't know. It's kind of up in the air right now because we don't know exactly what KP is going. I mean, Jesus, JB is going to make. Sorry for cussing, y'all. I'm sorry. What JB is going to make, but it's kind of a hard one. I know you sitting there waiting. I know you waiting in the wings. I know, hoping New York get him. But I'm gonna tell you right now, y'all gotta do a sign a trade for him, Melissa. So we're gonna want something in return. We might have to get what's the boy name? Mitchell Robinson or somebody out for you, man, because we definitely need him.
I think that's the only thing they're gonna get. I don't think they're getting nothing less than Mitchell Robinson if they give him New York. I'm not saying that. So I saw somebody earlier say that I'd rather have JB than anybody over New York. Yes, but if JB does decide to leave, then I think you have to get like a Mitchell Robinson. They better get him back in return.
Yeah, you can't just give him up for nothing, man. You got to get something.
Shit.
Definitely got to. Oh, King. RCA says, "Thank you, King. I couldn't have put it any better about Stephen A, but it's exactly how I feel." Yeah. Stephen A is. That's why I don't watch First Take, man. Melissa says, she says, "I don't think after this year All-Star is far-fetched for JB." I mean, it could be right. Like we said, I mean, Van Vliet.
Yeah.
Van Vliet got it. You know what I mean? So the thing is, to be honest with you, like JB got a lot of hurdles he got to jump if you're talking about getting it in the West, man. Like the West, I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be like 12 teams deep next year. Because you add those teams that wasn't healthy this year, like
Damian Lillard didn't make it this year. Remember?
Exactly.
So he's gonna be back.
So remember, CJ was averaging like over 23, 24 points a game, and he never made it. So
Klay Thompson putting up 18 right now in the playoffs. So if he get back to 20, he's gonna be on a like you gotta. That West is deep, man. That West is hard to make the All-Star game, especially the guard position. Ask CJ McCollum. We just said him over and over.
Exactly. I just said, yeah. I just said it, yeah. He averaging 23, 24, didn't make it. I want to address what Andy said because he's got a good point. He said, I think they're spread too thin over at ESPN. Listen, I think it was the second wave of cuts they had at ESPN. I said this. Do y'all remember when ESPN had ESPN Dallas, ESPN Chicago, ESPN New York, and all that? And they had those different writers like a Tim McMahon or somebody who your primary job is to follow this one team. And that's when we actually were able to get the insight from this team and say, oh, okay, so that's what's going on over there with the Mavericks. You know what I'm saying? Like you actually talk to somebody in the front office and actually got the actual insight. You're not just hearing something through the grapevine and making your own assessment on it and saying, oh, this is news. You know what I'm saying? And so now Tim McMahon is not only covering the Mavericks, he's covering Houston, San Antonio, Memphis, and Utah, and I think Denver too. So like he said, now you got like I think it's 5 writers or whatever covering like 6 teams. And so they're spread so thin, so you're not able to get. Only reason why I think with Tim you might get a little bit more insight because he's been with Dallas pretty much his whole career. So with everybody else, yeah, you're gonna get pretty much cliff notes of those teams. Because guess what? Not only this team I gotta cover these other 5 teams too. Yeah. So I don't have time to sit here and just follow y'all all over the place and get every intricate part of how things run around here. Because I gotta go get these other 5 teams too. And so that's why, like you said, it's spread so thin. I've been saying that for the longest. Which I felt like when they cut the different cities out, the Chicago's, the Boston's, I think it was ESPN, Washington D.C. and all that. When they cut all those out, bro, that's when they kind of just went to hell, man. They started doing those cutbacks, and they started going more towards the hot take, shock jock type of era of ESPN.
Yeah. I see before you click on all this, bro, you can skip over it. I just want to ask you a question real quick about it when I see it. AD on there. We talked about Vince Carter earlier. Is AD higher than Vince Carter on the totem pole?
No.
That's what I'm thinking too. Like, I watched Vince Carter.
I can name guys off right now. Vince Carter's one of them that should have been on the top 75 list over AD. Not saying Vince Carter should have been on the top 75, but if you gave me AD and Vince Carter, this is AD, I'm putting you way over here, bro. You're not even in the conversation.
Right.
Just Vince give us your opinion on who should be in there.
Vince Carter had one of the greatest playoff performances between a two-man back and forth with AI in that second round before AI went to the finals that year. That 7-game series.
Milwaukee.
The one that basically before Milwaukee, yep. That 7-game series with Vince Carter and AI when they both put up like 50 in a game before, and all, like they were going off at each other. I watched Vince Carter take Toronto and be able to do that with Toronto, that team in Canada by himself. I watched Vince Carter then, like you said, go to New Jersey and then take them to the next level. They was going to the second round and all. I saw him go to the Eastern Conference Finals with Orlando. I watched him change his game and come here and be a role player with Dallas and all, and be a huge role player for Dallas.
Yeah, he was nice for Dallas.
Anthony Davis has done nothing. He has no playoff success other than riding the coattails of LeBron James. And I like Anthony Davis. But keep it moving.
Oh, so you said AD is better version of KP. If healthy, he is a good scorer, a great defender. Could be a top 15 guy. Could be.
Yeah.
So if healthy and in shape, but when was the last time he was healthy? Great question, Smito. I think 62 was the last year. Was it 62?
If KP gave us what we thought he was going to give to us, he'd be a top 10 player. I mean,
yeah.
if wishes, what? If fishes were wishes?
Thank you. Thank you, big homie. He's top 75. Like I said, I told King this before when we our little group chat was discussing him getting it, and well, they all knew before I did. Like I knew the list came out, but I didn't. I was kind of wondering why they was in the group, just kind of going in on the list, and I didn't really look at the list. So when I finally went and left in the group what everybody was talking about, and they talking about, yeah, I didn't know that AD was top 75. I was confused because I started seeing on ESPN and all these other sites that, you know, Dwight Howard wasn't on there. I'm like, hold on, so Dwight Howard's on there, but AD is? I mean, Dwight Howard's not on there, but AD is? I'm like, what's going on? Like, this dude was the most dominant dude for like 8 or 9 years behind LeBron.
How many defensive player of the years AD got? How many defensive player of the years?
I think he got one every year he's in the league.
None. 0. Dwight Howard got what?
But he's top 7 though.
Got 3 defensive player of the years. He done led the league in blocks, rebounds. Done been second,
like top 4,
second
top 3
in MVP.
yeah.
He done been second in MVP before. He done took a team to the finals as the number 1 guy with no other stars on his team. No superstars.
Literally.
No superstars.
Literally.
A bunch of role players beside him. His second best player was Hideo Turkoglu. That was it. He took them to the finals to play Kobe.
Bro. I like Hideo.
Hold up. I'm not saying I don't like Hideo. But I'm telling you, he's not a superstar, though. He's a Tony Kukoc type player. You feel me? That's what Hideo's nice. He'd have been nice in this era.
That's a great comparison, bro.
He'd have been nice in this era. They compare Luka to Hideo Turkoglu.
Yeah, when he came out, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely did. Hold on, what's name? Well, what's going on? My thing just froze.
They jumping. They loving us. I can read them if you want. You got it? Okay.
Hold on, give me a second, bro. I gotta go back up. You said they jump.
Take your time.
Where we at?
Stephen A. Smith.
My bad, y'all. Y'all got to jump in here today. Yeah, I'm trying to see where it got highlighted at. Where's the highlight at? Oh, there you go. Okay. And it froze again.
They got the place jump.
Did it jump again?
Yeah, it jumped. They had.
Dang, there you go.
Too.
I figured out what it was because usually when they like freeze like this, like man, for some more stuff coming in. But we already almost 2 hours, bro.
Yeah,
screw it. Let's go ahead and let's do it, man.
We love y'all, yeah.
Smito says, What's good, Smito? He said AD did not deserve to be on the top 75 list. People just hate and forget how great Howard was in his prime, better in anything except scoring.
Yeah. Yep. Everything except
Smito,
scoring.
we just said that.
Everything.
Amen. Amen. Just said that, bro. You a gajillion% right, man.
How about this one? How about this one for y'all?
Melissa says,
hold on, bro. Before you go to one quick point, you put AD on this team, you question it as a championship team. You give us prime Dwight Howard on this team right now with Luka, we're winning the championship.
That's a ring, boy.
That's it.
If he ain't playing about like that in his prime.
That's it.
Yeah, that's a ring. Melissa says, I don't blame you. I wouldn't want Randall for the Mavs. I don't think he and Luka will fit together. Yeah. That's a good point, Melissa. I don't think he'll fit. Let's see. Try to get some more of these WTMs in here. Here we go. Is it popping up? Okay. He says AD had Drew Holiday and Bookie in his prime. How not a team? How is it not a team could make it past the second round? Actually, that year he did make it past second round, man. Bookie got hurt that year, but you're right. They had Drew Holiday and they had Rondo.
Rajon Rondo.
Remember when Rondo and them left?
Rajon Rondo.
Yeah, that's when Rondo and them left. He didn't make it out the second. He didn't make it to the second round again. So, or to the playoffs again. I think.
He didn't make it to the playoffs.
That's when he wanted to get traded. Yeah,
that was it.
So yeah,
his most successful year came when he had Boogie, Drew Holiday, and Rajon Rondo. You're right. There you go.
He says who we hoping the Mavs draft. If they keep the pick, any King wants you leaning more towards Nikila.
I don't know. Like, so Nikola, if we draft him, it's a project. Like, I don't want people to be like, oh, King said draft this guy, he don't work and all that. Like, it'll really be a project. We that low, but I really think he has the possibility to have a good ceiling. But the guy that I feel like I said to you that is the best guy is what's his name? Yep.
Beauchamp.
Yep. Beauchamp off the G
John
League.
Beauchamp. Yeah.
Yep. He'd be the best. I feel like he'd be the guy that would fit perfectly.
I don't know if he'll fall that far, but for me, I said Kendall Brown. I like Kendall Brown. He's long, do like 6'7", 6'8", can put the ball on the floor a little bit, can guard multiple positions, can score it on his own without anybody setting him up. Of course, him being a draft pick, he still needs a little bit of polishing, but I feel like, maybe a good year. Summer league year under Jason Kidd and his development coaching staff, I think he'll be pretty good, man. I think he'll be in the rotation. I think he'll get more rotation time than what Josh Green got by the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
That's if he banks it down. I don't think he's gonna make it either, to be honest with you. AT says I wouldn't worry about those Brunson numbers. I think those are based on how valuable you are to the team, not on the market value. Whoever pays Brunson, pays Brunson $30 million should be fired.
I'm telling y'all, we hearing that Detroit and all going to throw him this money. Y'all ain't. It's some. Detroit got money. Detroit has money. Detroit is going to offer if they seen. Okay, so we talked about how much we like Cade Cunningham on the show, how much he reminds us of Luka Doncic, right? If you can get your vet being the guy that showed you he can play with Luka Doncic, to now go play with the younger version of Luka Doncic, why wouldn't they go after that guy? He's already shown he can play with that type of player.
And he does not make mistakes, and he's reliable.
Yep.
So yeah. I was about to say something. I forgot what I was about to say. I think it was something about JB.
30 mil getting fired. He gonna get 30 mil. I think he will not 30. Might not get 30 mil. He can get something over 25 million though. Y'all better get ready for it.
I can't remember what it was, bro. Let's see. Where we at? Okay, here we go. AT said, "Do not mention Kessler, bro. I do not want that guy anywhere near the." AT, listen, bro. Listen, I am with you. We on the same team, bro. We on the same team. I'm telling you, go on Twitter. It's people. Well, I'm sorry. Let me correct that. It's not people saying that. There's people, I guess, linked to the Mavericks are kind of hearing that he could be a viable option for Dallas if he falls to 26. And it's not because of see, once again, it's to the point like whose agents represents him. I think it's the same agent that represents him represents Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
It's kind of remember when you got Saddam Singh. We didn't get Saddam Singh because, oh my God, this guy's, we got to keep him and he's the baddest guy on the planet and all that. You got him because of his affiliate agency. And so that's why we're hearing Kessler. I'm with y'all. I didn't look at, he's one of the people I scouted. I looked at his, I just did not see that. Nothing jumped off the screen for me for Kessler. So I'm with y'all. I don't want Kessler at all. I don't want him at all. I'd rather go, I'm more on the wings. I'm more than wings. I would rather get a wing in here. Y'all heard me talk about this before. I feel like the wings can be more of a contributor right now compared to whatever bigs are coming out around that range. Because I feel like any big you get around that range is going to be a project. With the wing, not saying a wing is not going to be a project, but I feel like you can work with them a whole lot quicker to get them in to be a contributor right now compared to one of those bigs. Especially Kessler. I don't want Kessler. I definitely don't want Kessler. Yeah, thank goes again. Oh, here we go. It jumped again, didn't it?
Yeah, it's going crazy, man. They in here though. That's what's up. That's love that you guys are in here this late, man, for this show.
So I jumped. I gotta. I'm trying to find this. Dang it! It jumped. It's froze again. Come on. There we go. Okay, we back. The man of the hour. What up, Johnny B?
Johnny B.
He says I'm still taking Bumble for 10 mil over Robinson for 11. Why? Because he's saving money? Or we're talking about talent? Because I take Robinson over Bumble right now.
Bro.
If that's what you're talking about, Johnny B, you're talking about because of the money. Talent, I take Robinson right now.
I really think, bro. I know we thinking Mo Bamba is a bust, man. I really think you underrating Mo Bamba, man.
No, the thing is, like I said before, we need a starting center. I feel like Robinson can start compared to Bamba coming off your bench.
Mo Bamba, okay, so Mo Bamba probably rebounds. He rebounds better than Mitchell Robinson. He's a better scorer.
I thought Mitchell was a double though.
I don't think he does. I don't think he's double.
He probably is a better scorer than Mitchell Robinson. I think he averages more rebounds than him. He's been starting for like 3 years.
He plays less minutes. Mo Bamba gets you 8 playing less than 20 almost, man. Like Mo Bamba.
Now, how we don't know it? Let me ask a question. How we don't know if Mo Bamba is not pulling the Eric Dampier on this?
Nah, Mo Bamba like got like an 8-foot wingspan and all, man. Like, nah, he ain't Eric Dampier.
Hey, he had he didn't all of a sudden get an 8-foot wingspan this year.
I feel
you. Like, you been had an 8-foot wingspan, and now you showing some type of signs your 18th year in the league. You know what I mean?
The only thing I feel like Mitchell Robinson is guaranteed to be better than like Mo Bamba next year is on the defensive side of the ball, like straight defending the rim and all that. I think he'd be a better guy, like just plugging them in and doing that. But I feel like Mo Bamba got the skill set to still be like a nice center. That's how I feel like Mo Bamba can still be one of the best centers in the league, dare I say. Like, that's the type of skill Mo Bamba has if you tap into the potential. He's a way better offensive player than Mitchell Robinson. A way better offensive player than Mitchell Robinson. And he's not a horrible defensive player. That's why I think that's what Johnny Bravo's saying. Like, you could get a guy that may be one of your guys with Mo Bamba. Well, Mitchell Robinson, he's just going to be a role player that defends, really.
All right, dang. You got a whole lot more coming in. Smito says useful because he is an elite rebounder and better rim than Powell. Like, once again, y'all comparing him to Powell. That's a given. He said that, what do you say? That alone is more valuable than 10 points a game for us.
How much Clint Capella making, bro? Yeah. I think he's making a bunch too. I think Clint Capella making a bunch of money.
Yeah, I think he's making over 20.
Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying. No way. Wow. You want to bring Clint Capella here making $20 million for what he does on this team?
We just told y'all Mo Bamba and Robinson can make less.
Yeah, like, I'm okay, bro. I'll take one of those two guys over Clint Capella.
Okay, man. Where the heck? This thing just keeps jumping and it's froze again. All right, y'all. At some point, we're going to have a cutoff point. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah. Johnny B says, I'm gonna read it out while you're doing that. I'm just gonna read some of them on the side, bro. I don't know if you can pull up the side. He says the 76ers are willing to give their first round pick to get off of Danny Green's $10 million contract. We can absorb that with
I heard that.
PPE.
Yeah.
And would y'all do that for the pick? Green is out for the year, by the way. Yikes. He out for the whole year. You saying take his money, get another first round pick. So we have 2 first-round picks. You know what? I actually might do it, bro. Because you'll be able to get 2 guys.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was thinking about that earlier when I saw that.
You have 2 guys that may actually be able to do something. Like you can take 2 projects. Then, like you said, you can take a center and take your wing. You feel me? And just
Wing, yeah.
see if they
or
work
get
out.
2 wings.
Or either however you want to do it. I'm just saying you can.
Or can you package those 2 picks and go get somebody else?
Or you could, like you said, package those and go further up. You're right. Like, and get rid of another contract. Like you got a whole. That don't sound too bad. Like we got to use that TPE. We have to use that. Like
I think we have to use it around the draft too.
Yeah, I think the couple days after the draft it might be done. Like we have to use it. So maybe that might work.
What's this? Come on. Okay, there you go. Smito said Randall's contract isn't high. A 2010 guy is worth 26 in today's NBA, but he is not a first option. That's why his contract looks worse than he is, and he's not efficient either, Smito.
Yeah.
He's not efficient, and he's a what's the word I'm looking for?
He's a ball stopper. Why do y'all want Julius Randle if y'all didn't want that other guy? I think that's my question. Why, if y'all didn't want the other guy that's in Washington now, why would you want Julius Randle? Okay.
Johnny B says, I told y'all sign and trade JB to the Knicks, get a player, and ask for our first round pick back for next year and maybe a second this year and let JB walk. His price, his price tag might end up
like that guy did.
hindering us like that guy did. Only difference is, Johnny, one thing, he stays healthy. But that's one thing.
Yeah.
He's more reliable. I'm not sitting here saying wait till Johnny. I mean, wait till JB get back. I ain't been screaming that. So,
bro, that sounds
we're just gonna have to see,
though,
man.
Bro. I
knew you wanted to get rid of him too. I knew it, Johnny B. You talking about I want to get rid of him.
But bro, that actually sound kind of good though. Now you talking about, I'm thinking about it. Getting your first pick back, where you done with the picks and all, like just getting it done. Like you got to get something done.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like something has to be done. If you get your pick back and all, like you're done, you're off the books. You don't owe anybody picks anymore. You good. You get picks this year and all. I don't know, man. This is hard. This is hard.
Yeah. Especially like you said, we don't know exactly what they can do or what they're gonna do and all that. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to know what the plan is. Melissa says, talk about JB, but look how wild things these salaries are getting in the NBA. He said New Orleans reportedly ready to offer as much as over $200 million for Zion, who hasn't played all year. At least JB producing playoffs. Amen, Melissa.
Yeah,
I agree.
100%.
Definitely. But New Orleans don't have a choice.
Yeah,
they don't have a choice to sign him back. You know what I mean? So, it's gonna be an interesting offseason.
A healthy Zion with that team, though.
Okay.
I was just saying, a healthy Zion with that team, that you got to take that chance because that could be
that's
trouble.
That's what I was talking about. That's gonna be one of them teams.
That could be
trouble. One of them teams. Got to worry about. So yeah, Smile, we should get rid of Boban or Pence, and we should get rid of Chris Burks, Brown before even thinking about those 2 guys. No, I agree. I still say we should get rid of that whole entire list you just said down there, Smito.
Yeah.
But if you telling me out of those 2 compared to them 3, I agree. But I'd rather get rid of all of them. You're not doing nothing.
Yes.
I'm keeping it for.
Just because I didn't say the other 3 guys' names don't mean I want them to.
Yeah, exactly. Like I want them out of here too. Deshaun says, how about trading for Tobias Harris from Philly, big wing, who can score, spot up, and play defense?
How long is Tobias' contract still? And is it a value yet? Is it a value yet? Because I know they talking about it wasn't that great. Because he got it the year Jimmy Butler was supposed to get it, and Jimmy Butler been in Miami now how many years? 2 years? 3 years now. So Tobias should be close. So Tobias should be close to the end of his contract now. That might be that. That's
so he should probably have 1 year left.
That might either 1 or 2. You may have a 1 and 1 left. That might be a good move, Davis. That might be a good move, Deshaun.
That might be one of the options. Take on something. Like we said before, Smitto said we don't need 15 playable guys in the playoffs. No team ever had that. We need 10. Look at the finals. Yeah, we 8 to 9 man rotation. That's completely normal. Yeah,
We
but
don't.
like I said, those 8 guys that we named off earlier, is that a championship team, Smitto?
Yeah, that's what we saying, Smitto. We talking about Bertans was included
Well,
in
guess
that.
what?
Green was included in that.
Exactly. Is that a championship team to you? Like, come on, we got demolished in the Western Conference Finals. Like, so that's not a championship team. And you saying Golden State? Did he say Golden State?
He just saying look in the finals. He's just saying those guys.
Look at the rotation in the finals. Yeah, they got 8 or 9 man rotation. Those are competent players that they have in the rotation.
You just said somebody
we barely
wasn't
have
playing.
A competent rotation.
You just said somebody wasn't playing that was playing last round.
Exactly.
That's what
Damian
so
Lee.
they able to switch and go with matchups and all
Exactly.
because they have so many guys that can play. Like that's a benefit.
And that's how they're able to keep Steph fresh because they are going deeper into their rotation.
And
Gary why they're able to go deeper into the rotation? Because they have the players that can play in that rotation. We don't have it.
And Gary Payton II was able to sit out the whole round against us.
Matter of fact, him and Iggy, they didn't have those 2 guys and part of the rotation.
And what's his name got injured? What's his name? Otto Porter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah. Let's see, who's this? Dang, we're way over. Live says chemistry is important, but I'm sorry for Troy, Berton, Dinwiddie, Burks, Boban, and most important Brown. I don't care if some of these players are traded. They say traded.
It's for a chance.
Oh yeah, traded. If for a chance to at advancing. Yeah, I agree with Live, which is what we were saying. Definitely what we were saying. Melissa says, strangely, some media promotes AD stats this year, but he only played
40 out of 82 games.
He'll play 40 out of 82 games. Yeah, Melissa, that's it's because of the market he's in too. If he still played in New Orleans, he wouldn't get that type of praise.
Yeah.
He said Johnny B said I actually like Pinson as a player. He's actually better than a bunch of the guys who got run this year. Sterling Green, Burke, even Boban. He can be a usable wing off the bench. Like I said, you're talking about keeping either him or Pinson. I mean, Pinson or Boban, I'll keep Pinson.
Yeah.
Because Pinson can be used because we need more wings. So, yeah, I agree with you on that, Johnny.
I agree as
Definitely agree with you. Smito says players who should play in the playoffs right now: Luka, JB, Dinwiddie, THJ, Dodo, Bullock, and Maxey. Green, if developed more. We should trade Bertans, Powell, Brown, Chris, Burks, and then plus the pick.
Yep.
Yeah. You 100% right, Smito, but at the same time, other teams are going to have to want those guys too.
Yeah, possibly. That's what I'm saying.
THJ.
Like, you talking about just getting rid of the guys that we don't want. Somebody in that top level got to be expendable then. And the guys we talking about,
you want to make some serious moves.
It's probably THJ and Maxey. They're the 2 guys in that group. That if I had to say,
and I'm hearing, and some I'm hearing Dinwiddie.
Yeah, I'd rather if we had to choose between them guys, would you keep Dinwiddie before the other 2? Before Maxey and before THJ?
I would.
That's what I'm saying. So
yeah, I would.
If I get to keep Dinwiddie, then the other 2 guys, see you later.
A lot says Guy Theo is 24 years old. He has gas in the tank and can still prove himself. Remember the game at the end of the season? He was balling. He just didn't have the chance to prove himself. You might be right, Smito.
If he was
but
nice,
the games he played in garbage time.
Yeah, if he was
exactly,
nice,
he played in garbage time.
The coach would be playing him right now. If he was that dude, they would have played instead of playing when Josh Green got taken out of the game in the playoffs. They would have put Theo Pinson in. So I'm fine if Theo
couldn't play.
Yeah, that's right. He was a 2-way player. You're right. He couldn't make it, but they would put him in instead of Josh Green. You feel me? Going into the playoffs, they just said, "Hey, you instead of." But I don't think he's that good of a player, y'all. Like it's not like I'm holding him above any of those other guys. Like I don't need Theo Pinson, but I understand you saying he's 24 and all. But if he's 24 and still fighting for that position, then that's what I'm saying. Like. We're pretending these guys are different than what they are. Like he's Theo Pinson still. We got him when we were going through our situation as far as with the COVID and all that. Like, that's not like he was sitting around and guys were like, "Oh my goodness, Theo Pinson." Like he's good at what he does, and if he's just going to be cheerleading, if he's going to play, then let him play. Let's see what he can do. But if he's not going to play, why is he on the team? That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. Lai says when Rick Brunson signed with the Knicks for the whole that whole JB thing became suspect as hell. Yeah, I mean, I don't really think him signing over there. It sounds nice, it looks nice, but I don't think that's anything that means that JB's going to guarantee to go sign with New York. You know what I'm saying?
He can't. So, he can't sign with him, so it don't even matter. Like you said, they got to have help from us.
Yeah, they got to do a sign and trade. It's only 5 teams that's under the cap this year. He says, what if we trade all these guys for better players and we lose in the first round next season? Do everybody come back and we run into a better team? Let's see, better team. Would it still be worth killing the chemistry?
Johnny, I'll ask you again. Is this chemistry a championship level chemistry team? If you're telling me it is, then you keep
I'm not saying yes to your end, but yeah, is that a great question?
If it's not, then you may, like you said, like Ro just said earlier, you may have to take L's to get a better squad, to get rid of numbers off the book, to then take a W in the end as far as getting guys later on once you can open it up. You cannot sit with this team. Like, they're not going to be the favorites to make the Western Conference Finals next year. I'm telling y'all that. I'm going to tell y'all before the season starts, the Mavericks are not going to, with the same team, they are not going to be favorites to make the Western Conference Finals. So it's going to be a lot of teams.
Same team, and if you same team without JB.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen. So if you like, where is the ceiling? If we're not going to win a championship, we're going to be a loser like everybody else. That's how I take it. If you don't win a championship, you're a loser. Everybody else is a loser. Like, there's only one champion at the end of the year. If we don't think they're going to be champions, we need to switch the team up.
All right, King. I'm going to try to get through a few more of these, bro. We're going to probably have to call it night.
Whenever you cut it.
Mount says THJ, right? Penson, Powell, Bertans, Burke, Boban, Brown. That's how you burn 60 million. Yeah, that is how you burn 60 million, man. Definitely how you burn 60 million. I'm trying to run through y'all's questions here real quick. They said, Melissa said, do you think that JB could replace? Oh, did it pop up?
Booker or CP3 in the All-Star appearance. Maybe CP3, Melissa.
Maybe CP3, but I don't know about Booker. I think Booker might be in there for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I say he pop up on my screen. Here we go. Is it popping up? Oh, there we go. You guys were informative tonight as usual. Thank you. No problem, Melissa. No problem. We try. We definitely try. And like I said, we fans just like y'all. You know what I'm saying? So we learning just like y'all. Johnny B says the Pacers are in the trade talks for Turner and Brogdon. Brogdon. Who will I give for those two? I send Powell over there. I mean, that's Rick Carlisle. That's his guy. Go ahead and send him on over there.
So my thing I think of Fitz. I don't think, again, with Dinwiddie, Tim Hardaway Jr., Jalen Brunson, and Luka Doncic, what you gonna do with Malcolm Brogdon?
He gotta come off the bench.
He gonna come off the bench? Like,
be a ball handler off the bench. Yeah.
Then you got Dinwiddie. Like, what spot he taking? Because then you got THJ.
Just have him and use Brogdon like they used Brunson and Dinwiddie together.
But then Brunson's still gonna be here. But then Brunson's still gonna be here.
Oh no, but Brunson with Luka. He's starting.
Yeah, I know. So then you got THJ. You got THJ still. Tim Hardaway coming back. You got Tim Hardaway with Spencer Dinwiddie on the bench.
So I put him at the 3.
I got you.
You want him at the 3?
How our defense going to be out the bench then? You saying we have no defense on the bench? Except for Maxi Kleber, the guy we got to keep. That's it.
Brogdon defense too, but Jesus.
I feel you, but I'm just saying to you though, like Tim Hardaway still one of the worst defenders in the NBA.
Oh my God, he is, bro. All right, let's see. Whoa, King, you can go ahead and answer this one, bro. He said Jokic is
Bertans with some ball handling.
Is Bertans with the same ball handling and playmaking skills, but it's bad defensively. Whoa, no.
Nah, I think it's.
Smito, you doing a lot of cussing tonight, boy.
Smito, I think he can move his feet left and right a little better than Bertans.
Now, if you want to say he's on the same defensive level. Okay, I'm not gonna argue with that. But come on, he's a better ball handler than Bertans, bro.
Yeah, he's a better ball handler.
And he got better playmaker skills than Bertans too. So that's nah.
And he shoots like 38%.
No expert shot.
He shoots 38% from three.
And he created his own.
Yeah, off the dribble.
And he created his own shot off the dribble.
Yep.
So you don't hear no expert saying he's the next Bertans. Nah. Nobody saying that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Johnny B says, I think people sleeping on the Gobert to Atlanta trade, man. He said if Trey gets Rudy, he'll be 20 and 12, 3 blocks a game player. They could possibly win the East with him.
Johnny, you must want Gobert on this team then. If you're talking like that. I think
that's why you hyping it up, Johnny.
I think Rudy, they're gonna be a decent team. They're gonna be a decent regular season team, and it's all gonna show up in the playoffs again. Same way. That's how I feel.
Because the head of your snake still is probably the worst defensive player in the league.
Yeah, they're not a real good defensive team at all. They're gonna be the Utah Jazz on defense again.
Smito says if we use the TPE, it should only be a true upgrade, not for a pick. No, I wasn't saying for a pick, Smito. He was saying you use it with the pick.
Yes.
You use the TPE with the pick. It's not gonna make sense if you use it for a pick.
You don't have to use.
You want to use that. You trying to. Yeah, you don't have to use it for a pick. You do that with the pick to try to get more value back in return.
And we have to use it by a certain time limit, or we lose it.
Matter of fact, we have to use it by this draft. As a matter of fact.
Yep.
I said, why is Randall even in this conversation? Yeah. We just throwing it out there, lies as far as like who they can, who they probably want to get back. I definitely don't want to know what's the dude name? What's the French guy's name? The shooting guard.
You talking about Evan Fournier?
Thank you. I don't want him.
Man, I might want Evan Fournier. I know you keep saying you don't want him, man.
Bro, stop cussing, bro.
Evan Fournier got a little bit of game, though, man. He got a little bit of game. He can put the ball down and do something.
Need him, though, bro.
But he better than some of the guys.
He can. He can. He just don't.
You put him with Luka, though. That's why I'm thinking about just putting these guys with Luka that may have a little bit of skill.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't need him, bro. I'm not going to cry for him.
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying, though. Johnny said Bamba is a better player than Robinson. If you really watch Mitchell, he's just a dark skin.
Ain't that? No, Johnny ain't gonna give him that. But yeah, man, I think Bamba. You wanted something with that Bamba thing, man. Especially if you get.
I love Johnny B, bro. Yeah, he's a dark skinned pal that can really back a block shot. He can't shoot at all. I said Bamba can do it. How they just give him
bro.
Oh, you want me over, Johnny? You want me over?
Let me ask you this, bro. Maybe this is what Johnny's saying. I
like that though. Say
we get Mo Bamba this offseason, right? We give him 3 for 30, right? 3 for $30 million. So JB making 1 year $30 million. Mo Bamba 3 for 30. Let's say Mo Bamba this year give us 16, 15, 16, 15. Let's say 15, 14. I'm gonna go even as far down as I can. 14, 10, and 2. Are we not? Is that not like great value for what we can get him for?
Yeah.
That's incredible. That's what I'm saying to you. Like if Mo Bamba can give us 14,
let me ask you a question.
2.
Is he giving us with that? Is he giving you Clint Capella impact or Rudy Gobert impact?
Neither. I think he's doing more on his own than both of those guys.
No. I'm saying like one guy, you can feel his impact. One guy, okay, he put a nice number, but it's like, oh, he was out there?
Nah,
Mo be that guy?
Nah, so Mo
I'm not saying he's gonna beat nobody's Rudy Gobert. I'm just saying, like, is he more going towards that direction, or is he going more towards the Clint Capella direction?
I'm going. If Rudy's the good one, I'm going Rudy. I think
like
what
Rudy,
I'm saying
Rudy's
is
a 10. What's the name is a 0 or 1 or whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna go more towards Rudy. I think he can be. I truly think Mo Bamba will fit better than Rudy Gobert on our team. I think he'd be a better player on our team for a less value contract than what Rudy Gobert can be. I think Mo Bamba.
I do too, because I feel like that, and then with Rudy, I feel like because of his contract, you feel like you have to post him up and all that type of stuff.
That's too much. Yeah, his contract is nasty. We can get Mo Bamba for 1 year Rudy Gobert contract, his total contract. That's what I feel. That's why I'm like, and bro, possibly like I could see a world with Mo Bamba putting up almost 20 points a game on our team. I'm really saying it. I
Man,
really
hope
think
y'all right.
he look at his numbers on Orlando, what he did without like whatever that team is. Look at the efficiency, the numbers, the shooting, all of that he did on Orlando. Now imagine him beside Luka Doncic or Jalen Brunson.
And you know what's funny? He gonna be the kind of player that's gonna fit into that trade exception.
I know. That's why we need to get him. He's the big guy that's available. Go get him.
Bro said Mo Bamba hate real.
See?
Said really come on, hook him on.
Hey. Gotta get that guy Rel. Rel ain't for some reason. He ain't feeling it.
Listen. I hope y'all right, man. I hope y'all right. I really do, man. We come in here, he look like Akeem Olajuwon in the paint, man. I hope y'all right.
No, we ain't saying that.
Michael said we have 7 good.
No,
I'm saying he come here looking like that. Hey, he come here looking like Anthony Davis. We should be good.
All right, there you go. Win healthy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Win healthy. Michael said we have 7 good playoff guys. We just need 2 more, not 5 or 6. Luka, JB, Dinwiddie, TAJ, Dorian, Reggie, Maxey, AD, a true center, and it's impressive. Add a true center and another rotational wing. That's enough.
I'm not sure. Like you saying 7 good playoff guys. Let me go through your line. Luka's a good playoff guy. JB's a good playoff guy. Spencer Dinwiddie came and went, right? So we're going to say, I want Spencer Dinwiddie back, but we're not going to act like he showed up every game.
Yep.
THJ didn't exist. So we don't even know what we're going to get from that guy. You calling him a good playoff guy. He didn't even play. Dorian is a good playoff guy. Reggie Bullock's a good playoff guy. Now let's get to Maxi Kleber. Probably half the games in the playoffs that Maxi Kleber played, he didn't show up. So they not like, that's not like a knockdown like group you just put out there was like, oh my God, let's go to war with these guys. Like, nah, it's better available players than some of those guys that you have on that list.
Exactly. Like that means you're saying that we're pretty much like a piece away or something from a championship team. When we just played them in Golden State in the Western Conference Finals, and it showed that we weren't just a piece away. Like we need some upgrades, and y'all heard Nico say that we got to upgrade, man. We got to get better players around Luka. It's not as simple as just keep those guys, just add this player here. We're good. Like, it's a little bit more.
Golden State beat us without their whole team. They got guys playing now in this finals that didn't play against us. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, Johnny B says the Golden State run was bogus to me. They got to break the first 2 rounds while we had epic battles. I believe if they had played Utah and the Suns, we had the route, we would have beat them too. We would have had home court advantage.
Because if you saying that they got lucked up, then why they beat us so bad? It should have been easy when they got to them.
Yeah. We wouldn't have got dominated 4-1.
Yeah. They wouldn't be almost about to win the finals against the best defensive team in basketball.
Exactly. Number 1 defense in the league. Smito says Powell plus the furs for Wood, Holmes, Polite a wing via 6, the 6 mil mid-level, and another vet mid-big to replace Chris. And this roster looks good. Green still 21 and has a lot of room to grow.
I don't think we got to give up a first for Holmes.
No, Holmes can fit in our TPE.
Yeah, I don't think we got to give up a first.
He can fit into our TPE. I think Woods can too. If I'm not sure about Woods. I think he can, but I'm not sure.
I don't think.
I think Woods gonna make it like 9. I think he can fit too.
Yeah, I don't think we got to give any of those guys. I don't think we got to give a first round pick for any of those guys. But again, I don't want Pirtle. He's another one of those guys that I don't like the way. It's not I don't like the way he plays. His game. I want athleticism. Like, I don't know why y'all keep wanting these non-athletic guys. No disrespect.
No, we're going to get Kessler.
Yeah, I want athleticism. I want guys who's going to catch lobs and dunk on heads.
Smito says I take Brogdon over Dinwiddie. So Dinwiddie, Green, Powell plus the first for Turner and Brogdon. Bro, I'm sorry. I'll take Dinwiddie over Brogdon. I'm not taking him.
Brogdon nice though, man. Brogdon nice.
I mean, I'm not saying Brogdon ain't nice, but
Ain't less injury.
we've seen Dinwiddie take. Yeah, and plus we've seen Dinwiddie take over games. I haven't really seen Brogdon take over games. So,
I did back when I did back before Milwaukee traded him when he was in the playoffs. Before they got rid of him when they made the wrong decision and kept
who has the most clutch buckets?
Eric Bledsoe
for their career. Yeah, who got the most clutch buckets in their career?
It was Spencer Dinwiddie. He got the most clutch buckets ever.
Not just this season. He got the most clutch buckets out of both of them.
Oh, I thought you meant of all time. I'm going to say Spencer Dinwiddie got the most of all.
Oh no, not all time. I think he's like top 5 or something like that, bro. Out of active players right now in clutch.
He probably is though. He do got a bunch of clutch buckets. You're right about that.
Crap! It just jumped on me again, bro.
Man, these people on the chain today. We love you. We didn't think it's gonna be that exciting.
Once again, he said, "I watch." You said Euro basketball a lot. Job will be better offensively than Bertans if he develops, but his defense wasn't even worth mentioning in Europe with easy rules. No, you're right. We said that. Like his defense is not. Yeah, defense not that. He does have potential to be like a cool coach type of player as far as offense. That's what I kind of take out of his game. Is kind of a little bit Tony Kukoc type player,
right.
But
defense is this.
Yeah,
defense is this, bro. It's effort in this, an IQ.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's definitely effort.
He seems like an IQ player, so he'll be able to play defense at some type of capability or capacity, I should say. The same way Joker does right now. Joker just found a way to play some type of defense to fit in with his team. He's a smart enough player where, like Luka, if Luka decides and gives the effort, he can play some defense based off his IQ. He has way better basketball. Without even playing a game in the NBA, I can tell Jovic has way more or higher basketball IQ than Bertans does. So I think he has the possibility to be a better defender based off of that alone.
I just lost it again.
Yeah, I know Johnny B and Reggie and them. People talking about signing. We can't do a signing trade for Mo Bamba. I don't think we would. We wouldn't have to do a signing trade. We use him for the TPE. That's what we talking about, throwing him in the TPE. He's a free agent.
No. They're right. We have to. Yeah, he's a free agent, which means he has to sign before coming over. So he do have to do a signing trade for him.
It got to be a traded TPE.
TPE only works. Yeah, the TPE works with. That's why you saw them saying like Holmes and guys like that. It had to be a player that's already under contract to use for the TPE. So they can't. You have to do a signing trade for Mo Bamba.
Yeah, then. I don't think
Johnny says we get Bamba. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I don't think Mo Bamba might not get that much in the open market though. Like I think
now if you want to see if you can sign him to that 6
for one,
see if you can sign him to that 6.
Well, maybe he might.
Or if you can move some.
Would you do 1 year? 1 year 6?
Approve a deal or whatever.
Yeah, so that then you got bird rights and all on them too.
Yeah, see, you said the same thing. Johnny says we get Bumble. He goes out. I've been out here real cheering. Now one time on here.
Yeah.
Keep the hater fight.
He gonna do a Reggie Bullock. That's what I said.
Hey,
Johnny.
Like I said, I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I hope I'm wrong. But let's see what everybody. I've been watching this dude like Bro Law said since Texas, man. I don't know. I hope I'm wrong though. Come on,
y'all better get off here. It's like 2.5. We almost at 2:40 now, bro. This is like the greatest show ever.
Oh, we're gonna wrap it up. He says we had to play Powell, Bertans, Ntilikina, Gibbs, Powell, Bertans minutes to a good center, and Ntilikina some Dodo, Reggie minutes to the mid-level wing. Like Batum. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I understand. You're pretty much saying like flip some guys and try to get some value back. So yeah. Try to get through. I'm trying to run through these games. Come on, man. It's tripping. Johnny said we won't have to sign and trade for Bamba. Orlando doesn't want him, and they plan on letting him walk for nothing. If Nico works his magic, we can convince him his to take the MLE. I think our mid MLE is 6.3 or something like that, which is what I'm saying. If you want to sign him straight up, you have to sign him to that 6.3.
I would do it
if I'm not mistaken.
1 year, I'd do it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do that, I mean, it's fine. Because y'all got to trade a boatload of guys to get us back to the comfort level of the salary cap to where we ask people straight up.
Yep.
And some of the guys y'all want to get rid of, people ain't just beating down your door to get. And on top of that, there's 25 of the teams, 24 of the teams, including us, that are trying to create cap space to try to get under the cap just like we are. So I don't see a lot of teams want to take on guys that we don't want. Yeah. Not right now. Smito says, I take skilled players over athleticism. I don't care if they dunk 5 times a game. I want players who help the team. And he's a really good defender and extremely intelligent.
Yeah, I guess, Smito. I don't know. That's skilled everywhere. Just you need athleticism too, man. Like you need both. It's like you got to have the balance of both of them at a point. Like Luka's deficiencies,
especially at the center position.
Yeah, I get at the center position. I want.
Yeah.
What do we watch in the Olympics? Right? What's his name? Toby, Mike Toby. What was he doing the whole thing? Shooting threes and catching lobs, right? That's all he did.
Oh yeah, from Luka. Yeah.
Yep. That's what he does. Like that's the way Luka likes to send him to play.
All right, Jeffrey says, "What are your thoughts about Hartenstein from LA? He's pretty good."
I'll let you touch that this time. Right?
Pretty good. Just hasn't started before. Yeah, I'm good on Hartenstein. I know everybody else want him. They want Mo Bamba and Hartenstein. I know.
I'll take him off the bench as a backup.
So pretty much, Mike was just saying what I was just saying. If he signs for the 6th, then yeah, he said we should do it in a heartbeat, no question asked. But I don't think that's enough to get him. Charlotte has the 10 million level, mid-level, and desperately need a center. Yeah, I agree, Smite, 100%. That's what I was saying. We only had that 6, so I mean
they got to worry about signing Miles Bridges though.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little hard to get him. Yeah, but they can go over the cap with Miles Bridges though.
Yeah. Do you think he'll go over the cap though? Before you go, bro, you think he'll go over the cap with Michael Jordan?
I think they'll keep who?
You think
Jordan?
Michael Jordan I think they're gonna go over the cap, not near a championship yet, and still pay for Mo Bamba too? Jordan,
yeah, like I said, Jordan. Mo Bamba can just slide into the. Yeah, I think he will, bro. I think he likes the core of what's the boy name?
Miles Bridges and Ball. What's his name? I can't think of it. Melo. Yeah, Melo. I'm gonna say Lonzo.
Yeah, he likes that.
But he gonna go over. So
yeah,
they've never made the playoffs, right? They haven't made the playoffs yet, right?
No, they were.
Kemba Walker made the playoffs and got released, and didn't go over the salary.
Yeah, they released him for a reason, though. That's because with him, it's because they didn't want to gamble on him being injured and he was undersized too.
Gotcha.
And it paid off. They were right because look what happened.
Yeah, they were right.
Where's Kim bad now?
That's like saying they were right about Isaiah Thomas. Like 2020 is different, but they still let the man down after giving his all. He was the best. He still is to this point. Kemba Walker is the best Charlotte Hornet of all time. No, that's not true. He's the best.
I mean, look at Phoenix
of this new team. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Guys don't be wanting to go over the cap.
Look at Phoenix and Aiden.
Phoenix don't want to go over the cap either. Like these teams be cheap.
But yeah, he's actually known for that though. Like Jordan is not really known for not going over the cap. Like I said, I think they'll sign. I hope they not. I hope we probably get a chance to get Bridges. I take Bridges right now.
I would too.
You talking about wing depth? I take Bridges right now. I think Bridges will start too.
Absolutely, yeah, he would start at power forward for us. He might start at center.
But yeah, that's it. Can you? But yeah, that's gonna probably do it, man. We finally made it, man. 2 hours and 43 minutes, y'all.
And we thought this show was gonna be phony, bro.
Y'all did y'all thing tonight. Man, listen, y'all did y'all thing tonight. We definitely appreciate y'all rocking with it for this long, almost 3 hours, y'all. Try not to go over that long, but I know y'all had a lot of questions and stuff like that. So we definitely appreciate y'all rocking with us. Listen, guys, if you're brand spanking new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, guys. We definitely got more content on the way. We'll be back here on Friday for you guys. King wants to do an all question and comment show, so we might just have to do that on Friday for you guys. So we'll be here Friday morning at about 10:30, guys. So we will see you then. If you enjoyed the content tonight, guys, please do us a favor and hit that like button. That will help us out a lot, guys. Please, it don't cost you anything. Just that one little tap can go a long way for us, guys. So we definitely appreciate you guys rocking with us and all that good stuff. Down here at the bottom, you'll see We Talk Mavs on Instagram. It's We Talk _Mavs on Instagram. We Talk Mavs, all one word, on Twitter. So go ahead and follow us on both the socials. And King, is there anything else I'm missing?
Share. You already know my line. Please share to everyone you
Yes,
make.
sir.
Everyone. I don't care what kind of fan they are. Please let them know.
Everyone. Yes, sir. So, with all that being said, guys, we will see you back here on Friday. Same Mav time, same Mav channel. It is your boy, Real. I got my boy, King. We Talk Mavs here on the Globe Mavs production. We'll see you guys again very, very soon.
Peace. I see you, young Taliban.
Yes, sir. Drop it.